Well, I mean, one of mine's downstairs. I don't know why didn't they put them both downstairs.
We're up.
Because it's easier to.
You want the intake. You want the outtake air to be as close to the area it's heating or cooling.
There's that turbine fan I was telling you about.
So if both
that
your
thing's
systems
like this.
If both your systems are in the attic, well, actually, if both your systems are downstairs.
Yeah, you'd have to run a long run for that one.
Cooling up your upstairs, especially since heat rises,
yeah.
That's the biggest problem actually in Denver is duct sizing. And they don't typically size them right anyway.
Right, I've heard that.
And then you have systems down in the basement trying to cool the upstairs, and it just doesn't work.
Our
AC doesn't work nearly as well.
But then, of course, the condenser for downstairs is outside, or for upstairs.
They're both outside, right?
Yeah.
All condensers are outside, but it's where your furnace is where the air is actually coming from. So you want that to be closer to the area as possible.
This is delish.
Got it.
So in the attic, it's way more effective.
The AC is okay upstairs. It's not great. The AC downstairs is perfect. And then what I've learned too is I can lock the kids, I call it, furnace at, 68 degrees, 67, and it'll barely ever kick on when the big one's on downstairs because the heat rises. The only time really if they have their doors
Then it should
closed.
kick on though if the heat rises.
No, I'm talking for winter.
Oh yeah. Guys, I think
if they have their door closed, you can change it to still work when they close their door if you add a return.
Hey, Tom Martino here. You are the best audience in the world. Why? Because you know where to go to get help, information, referrals, and we protect each other. Oh, I can't tell you how many times people say, I heard this on the Martino show, or I heard this on the Troubleshooter show, or this was on the radio. 303-713-TALK is the number. When we're on the air, you can use 303-MARTINO when we're on the air, but 24/7, basically. A lot of people listen to podcasts from all over the country, and they say, I need help. That number right now, if you're listening to a podcast and it's midnight, hello, go to sleep. Just feel free to call us, 303-MARTINO. Leave your callback information. Your email, we'll get back to you. But we'd love to have a phone number, and we'll call you. We do this. It's just so wonderful to be able to come on the air and just cry, bitch, moan, praise, whatever we need to do to just inform. We handle all kinds of problems, from money to relationships with your neighbor, your boss. We talk about all of those weird things. Now listen, we have a strange question coming up on payment. It can go either way, but it's such a good topic. And I invite you to call with whatever is on your mind at 303-713-TALK. Our guest today is George Donaldson, the owner of Fix-It 24/7 for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And we can talk about home services, but there are a few things about home services I want to talk about that are on my mind, and we'll get to those. Specifically, I want to talk about how to get the most out of the systems you have. You know, you've heard me raving about my whole house fan. Mark has a big turbine to exhaust heat out of the attic. Hot attics are terrible, we know that. But, you know, we also have other things we can probably do. There's also a debate, should you keep your fan running or not? So many different opinions. And why not go to somebody who's been doing it? So we'll talk about that. And I also want to know about duct forced air zoning. I inherited a system. Mark inherited a system. I also put a system in one of my homes. I retrofitted where they went through all the ducts with this little hose. It was pneumatic air, and it would flip vents open and close, and it actually zoned hot air. Now, what zoning means, you turn a zone on, turn another zone off, and you have thermostats in each area. Also, you know, like the days with electric baseboard, it was easy to zone. You turn on and off. With hot air, it's more difficult to zone. And does zoning pay off? So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about all these things. 303-713-TALK. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I just have to say that, and you rest assured, you will get the best service ever anywhere. I don't know how he does it. I swear to when I tell you this, I mean it. I don't know how he does it. But I got a glimpse into their team where they have these people, and Marcy, for example, keeps track of all deadlines. And she'll say, Frank, this is the deadline for this, this is this needs to be this needs to be. She'll keep track of 100 deals because that's her job. And then you have another person who handles a certain aspect, and together, Frank oversees all of it. 303-920-1622. Vaughn, this is a very strange problem. Are you there, Vaughn?
Yes, I'm here.
Vaughn is in business. What kind of business, Vaughn?
I have a local residential roofing business.
Okay.
I've been in business for 15 years.
George, listen to this one. George is a business owner. He can identify. Now, Vaughn did a roof. He sent an invoice to his customer. Right, Vaughn?
Correct, yeah, via email.
And then right after you sent your email, she got an email from someone, supposedly you, who says, pay that invoice online. Here's the link. By the way, Vaughn, do you have a Bluetooth on?
I do, yeah. I'll
only if it's safe, because I keep hearing myself. Some Bluetooth headsets backfire, or it's wonderful, but only if it's safe, Vaughn. Okay, now.
So I'm stopped. I'm parked in the road.
Good. Here's the deal. That email did not come from him. Somebody hacked him. It was sent to the customer. The customer then went online to this phony baloney link and paid.
And the one little thing, it wasn't a link. It was actually this. They gave her a bank account number and asked for a wired transfer to a bank in Maine.
Now,
so she paid the bank in Maine.
I understand.
Yep.
You can look at this in many different ways, but let's say in the purest sense. In the purest sense, if you did a roof, you did not get paid. You did not get paid. Now, she can say, it's not my fault. But what if she left a check for you and somebody stole it? Or she was, or she was going to pay you and somebody robbed her? Or if she paid you, you get in your truck, you're about to leave, and somebody takes the check or holds you up. See, then it would be different because you got payment, and then you got ripped off. But before payment, she got ripped off. Now, she could make the argument. Here's all kinds of arguments. Mark and I were talking about this. One is you were negligent, and your email was hacked. She shouldn't be penalized for your poor security. Another way of looking at it is in the purest form. You did a roof, you didn't get paid, she can't prove she paid. Then we talked about collusion. What if you did get paid, and what if this is all a ruse to get double paid? Or what if she made this up and she paid a person in Maine who she's working with? She's saying, hey, let's make up this story, and I'll get a roof free, and I'll give you 10% or whatever. There's all kinds of scenarios. On the surface, George, if you did a furnace for someone and they paid you online based on a scam email and you didn't get paid, it's hard to, I mean, obviously you can say anything you want because it didn't happen. What do you think you would do?
Well, this is actually becoming a big scam. I mean, especially in the mortgage industry. So if you, like escrow companies will send you a secure email that you have to go in and put a password because this is happening. And these hackers, I mean,
what about you?
Scam, right?
If you guys, do you let people pay online? Yes.
I don't.
No,
I don't.
You don't?
And I don't send invoices online either, and this is why. I mean, you're at risk. I feel like, though, I feel like either her or his insurance company would have to step in and cover this.
Really?
I'd look into it. I mean, I haven't had it happen to me, but that's what I would look into.
That's a good point. What kind of insurance would that be in business?
So
it's like somebody, you suffered a damage.
I mean,
liability.
I've never had this happen, but I'd look into my general liability insurance, and I'd also have the homeowner look into her homeowner's insurance.
Mark, what do you think? As far as insurance, let's call Compass.
I don't think insurance is going to handle it.
Let's call Compass. They sell both business and consumer lines. Let's ask them. But Vaughn, you didn't get paid. You did not get paid.
Right. I have not gotten paid, and I guess I just think the piece of this that I feel that she's now being untrue about it is she's claiming that she had talked to me on the phone personally. And that never happened. That never happened.
I wonder why she went that far then.
I think in my opinion she kind of realizes, oops, I got scammed, and now she's trying to cover her tracks so that it's more on my behalf, the responsibility is on me versus on her. That's kind of where I'm feeling. Because right now, I'm telling her, well, listen, I'm really sorry you got scammed. However, I haven't been paid. I still need to be paid. And she's saying to me, well, no, I paid you already. I paid your company. And that's kind of where we're at. And we're fighting about who is supposed to file the police. She's telling me to file the police report. When I contact the police, they're telling me, well, you didn't get scammed. She got scammed, so she has to file the police report. So there's just kind of some sticky stuff there. And there's also a relationship, not with this customer, but with the person that is a referral, good person that I do a lot of work with. So there's a lot of
yeah, I know.
It's worth the fight, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, my basic questions are, moving forward now, this is a 5-year certification for the sale of this house. She has now sold the house to a new owner. If I haven't been paid for this work, do I have to honor that 5-year certification?
Well, first of all, you don't have to honor anything if it wasn't written that way. You didn't have a contract with the new owner. Did you write it as such that it's transferable?
I do. I'm a stand-up company. I write my contract on the 5-year cert that it's transferable.
If it's transferable, I think, and did she already sell the house?
Yes, she has already sold
Well, you know what? She should have told the title company at the time of closing there was an issue. You're supposed to disclose when there's a possible lien or an issue of any kind, even if it's not a lien. And she did not disclose that.
If this went down at that point, did it?
Well, that's the thing. She closed, but there's a gap of 2 weeks from when I sent the invoice to when all of a sudden I had a.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did she close before she knew there was a problem? Your phone goes in and out and in and out and in and out, and I'm not sure why. It's muffled or it's clear as day. So let's just take it one step at a time. Yes or no? Did she close before she realized there was a problem?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. Then, she didn't do anything wrong there. But you don't have to honor any contract with anyone unless it's a contract with someone. I mean, but I don't know how you wrote it. We'd have to get a legal opinion. Hold on. We'll also get an insurance opinion. Then we have Bob, who wants to talk about mold, one of the most exaggerated aspects in homes right now. Not to say it should be ignored, but it's exaggerated. Stick around. 303-713-TALK. We have a lot to talk about.
Was this an insurance claim, or
how long ago was that job done? How long ago did he do this job?
It seems quite a coincidence. She just sold it.
How long ago did he do the job? He told me, George, and I don't think
if it's less than 90 days, you should still lien the house, which will then force the buyer to go after, to force the seller to cooperate, rather than just say, not my problem.
I think the title company would fight
What would you do as a company? If you were hacked and she got it wrong, actually, we don't really know if she was hacked.
I would ask her to cooperate.
He was hacked.
I would ask her to cooperate and help him get it right, So, his only recourse is liening the house.
Would you consider
you only have a certain amount of time to lien
George,
the house.
Would you consider yourself not paid?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because
but I mean, I would still try to. Does that mean I'd let the person who scammed just get away with it? I mean, I would try to figure it out, but.
Who am I doing? All right, I told you I rave about my Whole House fan, and I really do. I have one from Quiet Cool of Colorado, QC of Colorado. I use my air conditioner less. It's just amazing what it has done for me. QC, it's called QC Colorado. And you know what I really love? I just love the way it cools off the attic immediately. That's one of the primary things it does, is it cools off the attic. When you cool off the attic, it's easier to cool your home. And even in the winter, it has benefits. You also get fresh air exchanges. And that is really important. A fresh air exchange 5 to 6 times an hour. So you can, think about it. How wonderful that is in and of itself. A cooler attic, your air conditioner works less. And I had this put in, and within 5 or 10 minutes, I noticed a difference in the air already. 5 to 10 minutes. It has a low speed, a high speed, and timing cycles. QCcolorado.com, 720-398-4510. You ought to do these.
Can you hear me? Okay, just check.
You ought to
Oh,
do
you
this.
got it.
You ought to.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Well, how's Ben?
Plumline doesn't.
He said he did the job a month ago.
But QC, this particular one is remotely mounted, and you don't have to have a franchise to sell them.
He did the job a month ago, then he sends the invoice out. When he realized after a couple weeks that it wasn't paid, he reached out to her. She goes, no, I paid that.
Okay.
So, I wonder if the woman needs to be
Think about it.
reaching out to the bank in Maine where the money went.
Yeah,
It's not like
there,
an international.
there has to be an investigation of some kind. There has to be.
He's going to end up needing to sue her.
Yeah, unfortunately, this woman.
And here's the problem:
if she
the
didn't
guy
pay,
that
it's not.
referred him to her.
I'd let him come
He's
after
had
me
a
if I
long
paid.
time relationship.
Yeah, but
with
Mark,
her.
I don't know if you'd get away. I don't know.
My argument would be, hey, he let someone hack into his email. What the fuck am I supposed to do? He's the one that decided to send me invoices to pay through his email. It's not my fault someone else did it.
It could be looked at that way. I don't know if you'd win.
Well, regardless of how it's looked at, I'm just telling you, I would not pay it.
But he'd still put a lien on your house. Doesn't fucking matter. He'd put a lien on your house. You guarantee it.
He doesn't own the house anymore. Who cares?
He can
Maybe
lien the
he
house.
needs to say
He can
not-
lien the house to the new
Well,
owners.
right.
Then
Wait.
let them sue him for it.
Maybe
then.
he needs
Go
to
after
tell the
title
new
company.
owners there's no warranty on this roof until it's paid.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what you're forgetting is, the owners are going to go after the seller, not him,
Right.
because they don't
Maybe that's
have
an
what they
angle.
think they have.
But that's the lady.
It's no one's fault. It's no one's fault, Mark. Everybody got ripped off. We all agree. Everyone got ripped off.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I just never pay it unless they won in court. There's no way I would.
Listen, that happened to me with the scam contractor. I was having, well, he turned out to be a really deadbeat, didn't pay a lot of bills, and I had paid for this cabinet for the bathroom vanity. Out of all of it, that's the only one that they came to me, and they said, we're putting a lien on the house. They said, fuck you, I paid this guy, he's dishonest, he didn't pay you. Really, I owed it because, but I was so pissed at him, it was like Mark's saying, the hell with you, I already paid. They don't care. You know, they didn't get paid. They don't care.
Or apply online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate. Adults
Yeah, I
who have
just
chronic
don't,
teeth and always wanted to deal with them. There is a way to do
I know
it.
what you mean.
Dr. Kent
I know
Lawson
exactly
has
what you
pioneered
mean.
new
It
orthodontics
really
for adults.
is terrible.
Straighten your teeth, widen your palate, take care of jaw alignment, help you with TMJ, stop sleep apnea with natural means in 2 years or less.
And no matter what, they're
going
gonna hate you.
A mouthful of veneers. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ.
Right?
303.
Oh, can you imagine the reviews coming up?
100 303 690
He's gonna send us she just sent a picture of the email. And he hasn't called the bank either.
Does he have it?
He's got a picture of it. She wouldn't send him the email. She just sent a picture of it.
I'm Tom Martino with George from Fix It 24/7. We're talking about anything you want to talk about. George, what do you think about the situation with the check? If someone hacked your email, would you feel somewhat responsible if your customer paid a false link? Really, that customer got robbed. In a way, you got robbed. But they can't even prove, she can't even prove, Mark, that this guy was hacked. You said, hey, I would be pissed if this guy was hacked. I wouldn't pay. I understand your reasoning. I'd probably do the same thing.
But no, the lady was hacked.
No. The business owner was hacked.
No, because she's the one who got an email.
You're
saying,
right.
Hey, the line.
But that's just an email. But
from his
she got
email.
cheated, George, but she didn't get hacked. They didn't get into her email. They just sent her an email, presumably from him.
That's right.
You know
They
what I'm
got
saying?
into his email.
But you got to understand.
Yeah.
They got that. Okay, he sent her an invoice.
Right.
Which is what they saw. So they hacked her email.
No, I think they saw
They
his.
hacked his email. They got
But
into
think
his
about it.
Gmail account, knew his name and password.
But George, think about
then
it.
they would have done this to other people too.
I'm
This
sure
is
they
the
do
only
it.
client.
Let's find out.
That's known of.
I'm sure they do it to a ton of people.
But George,
I
listen.
feel like it was her email that was hacked.
No, but listen. The email she received, if she's telling the truth, the email she received said it was from him. So if I
She got
send
2 emails. One was his invoice.
his genuine
And then
invoice,
another one that said, "Here, pay this online."
Right.
So that would be her email, I think.
No,
that
it
got
was
hacked.
it
They
was
saw
an
that come
email,
in, and then they created it.
I understand. It was an email she received. receiving an email is not being hacked. You're saying, how did they know she got that first invoice? Were they monitoring? I know what he's saying.
Because they got into his email. They saw everything he sent.
That's what I think.
And it could be either way, but I think it's hers.
Because
because he said yesterday it was his email that got hacked.
But here's the other reason.
Hers.
But here's the other reason.
Get him back on.
Mark, here's what we're losing sight of, George. When they sent the email, it came from his box. It came from him.
I understand. But
that means they had to be in his... In order for me to send an email from you, I either have to have a spoof program or I have to be in your email.
No, so what these guys do is they see the email, right?
Where did they see
Let's say
it?
they're monitoring... Let's say I'm monitoring your email, and then I see that come in.
I know.
Then I create another email and send it to you.
You know what? That could be, Mark. Mark, that could be. Think about what he's saying. What if they were monitoring her email, and they see that she was billed for something, and maybe they do this to hundreds of people, and then they went out and spoofed his address as if it was coming from him and say, pay here. No, now I understand exactly what you're saying. Why do you feel that's more likely?
Because that's what happened to the mortgage. I just bought a house, and they sent all these secure emails, and I'm like, why do you guys make this so difficult? And he told me what happened.
Okay.
But it was the client's email.
It could,
and it could be either way. I mean,
no,
it
you're
could
right,
happen
though.
either way.
No, when I actually took a look at what you were saying, you're saying they probably monitor hundreds of emails, and when anything comes in about payment or stuff, they send it to that person to make. That's, Mark, that's a possibility.
It's a lot easier to hack somebody's private email than it is a business email, you know?
Did we get, presuming he really does have security, Compass Insurance, I want to ask about a few things, too. Bob has mold in his house. Bob, what's going on with you? We have a new client, by the way, that is super duper pooper scooper. This guy, he knows everything to do with toxic and environmental cleanup and mold and asbestos and meth. Anyway, what's going on, Bob? Maybe we can get him on, by the way. What's going on, Bob?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
Listened to you for years.
Thank you, man.
I've
Thank
heard
you.
Talk about mold.
Yes.
And what came up was I have a rental property, and we had these rains, and my tenant called and said, we got water in the basement. And so I went over, and we got it cleared out.
Yeah.
And she says, I think we got mold. And I says, wow. Well, what about it? And I was somewhat, I thought, hey, big deal, get the water out of here. And so she called the environmental testing agency. They came out.
On her own dime.
Well, it remains to be seen. I mean...
So she calls an environmental place to check her air. Okay, fine. And what did they find?
Well, they came out, and I said, I don't think this is an issue. And the testing people said, oh, my God, this is mold. And
big frickin' deal. But did they say, by the way, that it's toxic mold?
Well, the report I got is like something from Rocky Flats. I mean, there's all kinds of genus species.
Do these guys also do the remediation?
I don't think so. Basically, they just said, hey, you got to have it tested again.
If they don't have a dog in the fight and all they do is test, you might want to take a look. I mean, it could be that you have some serious mold. Maybe not. And then here's another thing. Whether it's serious mold or not, some people have sensitivity toward mold, and it hurts them. Other people do not. There's one kind of mold. It doesn't matter if you have a sensitivity or not. The mold spores are not good for you. Now, some people are sensitive to all kinds of molds. The point is there is no legal thing that says this is the kind of mold you must replace. Or it's all left up in the air. And a lot of insurance companies started excluding it. So... I don't know, man. I don't know.
When I asked what is the standard, I said, what does Boulder have for a standard? Give me the standards. And they said, Boulder doesn't have a standard. I said, well, how can I meet a standard if they don't have a standard?
Because they're suggested and recommended.
Well, the point of this is I don't want to get into a situation where they have a child, and the next thing my child has all these allergies and stuff, and then, I mean, how do you...
I don't know. Let's talk about it.
On this thing. I mean, this thing basically take out windows. And,
they're overboard. You don't have to remove windows and all that crap. I mean, here's the problem. You're in Boulder, number one, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, it would be better not to have mold. It would also be better not to have preservatives in food. I mean, there's all kinds of things that would be better if we didn't have, but mold is a fact of life. We live with mold. Our grandparents lived with mold. Everybody, they all had cellars. Here's the problem is that it's what people think that counts. Nothing else. Are they getting sick? Are they getting... Now they probably think they're getting sick. I don't know.
Well, and the thing that got me is there's a washer-dryer in the next room, and the report says the washer and dryer smell musty.
Here's what I would do. If I'm a landlord, this is exactly what I would do. How long is the lease?
Well, it's basically over. I mean, it's month to month.
I would say to them, I will help you transition. I'm not going to kick you out, but I'd rather you leave because, frankly, I'm not inclined to get this fixed. And they can't make you. You don't have a lease. I mean, if you had a lease, they couldn't even make you. They try based on the fact that you're breaching the lease. And what's the remedy for breaching? You help them transition. So you're going to say to them, hey, I'm not inclined to go overboard on this, and I'd rather you just leave for all of our comfort. It would be better for you and your children. Do it friendly. Don't say, get the hell out of here, I'm not going to do it. Just say, look, I don't really feel that you'll ever be comfortable here. I'm not going to go to the extent that you probably feel you need to. That's what I would do. Well, you got a comment, George? Mark, you got a comment?
I mean, but after they're gone, I would remove the mold for sure, right?
Okay, yeah. I mean, if it's bad, that's the point. You got to find out really what the problem is. There's nothing wrong with removing it or covering it, but I have a feeling if Bob just covered it, kill and cover, that you can do that. Kill and cover, it'll never bother again. Oh, remove the food source. For example, if it's leaking, it's going to come back. So if you remove the food source, you kill and cover. You don't have to remove. They wouldn't be happy, would they?
Well, and the thing that I'm concerned about is even if they leave, we're on good terms or something, the new tenant happens to be there when they're there, and somebody says, you know about mold, and pretty soon I get
But this is what you do, Bob. What George just said, address it. But I would tell people, I would tell people, look, I'm not replacing things. The rental market is such, trust me, in Boulder, you'll get it rented. But you cannot fight perception. I had a woman. She said she was environmentally sensitive to everything. You know, the kind of people that walk around with a mask. They talk really softly, and they feel like the whole world is insensitive. It's the kind, you've seen the people, right? They wear muslin skirts and flat sandals, and they just feel like, and hairy legs, they feel like they're environmentally sensitive to everything, right? I said to her husband, let's try something. We hid something under the bed that she was supposedly so sensitive to, it would kill her. Not kill her. He said, Tom, you're right. She didn't even notice. She hasn't said a word. Not a word, not a word, not a word. And not a word. So we say to her one day, look, we just want to tell you we did an experiment because we want to help you. Oh, did she get pissed? Now, guess what she said? What do you think she said, Mark? 3 weeks later when I mentioned, what do you...
I'm sick.
No, she said, come to think of it. It's the old, come to think of it. I was feeling weird, and I didn't know what it was. You can't fight wackos. You can't fight them. Now, Brian Burns, we're going to talk about cyber liability and more right after this.
Email that she sent to him from Bond.
Dr. Kelly Short. Dr. Kelly Short. System in fairly decent shape.
But there's something funny with it. It looks like there's whiteout on it.
Now, what do you mean it's the one she sent to him?
She did not send him the email that she said she was hacked. She sent him a picture of it.
Let's call her. Why don't we just try to get her on?
I agree.
Get the other side of it.
My sister.
Let's get the consumer on with this roof.
My sister had her kids. They would always be sick, and when my kids would visit town, they'd go over there.
Right now, mostly cloudy skies and the mile high.
They'd go over there and stay the night, and it was crazy. They would often, my kids would go there, stay the night, and come back sick. We're like, what the hell? Well, then when she went to move, I actually owned the house. Under some boxes, with mold.
Closer than you think. Find one near you.
Could be.
Book direct.
Some people have
sensitivity. Now they don't have any problem.
Let's talk about Avenue Dental Studio. Mark's dentist. Are you going there today, Mark?
I went yesterday.
For a deep cleaning?
Yes.
And then Suzanne's also a patient. She had some light cosmetic work done. Oh, these people are wonderful. Everything from general dentistry to cosmetic dentistry to implants, and the $59 special for new patients, an exam, x-rays, and a cleaning, all for $59. Check them out if you're looking for a dentist, even if you're not. Why don't you check them out? AvenueDentalStudio.com, 720-240-4740. Yes.
You want to get your carpets clean, but you don't want to spend too much. And DIYing it with one of those dirty machines from the hardware store? I don't think so. I want the job done right and for the right price.
You're not nannying me like you used to, like bugging me, and you're not like
there is cyber liability, but you have to prove it.
That's right. Here's the other thing is, don't call the consumer unless you add bonds.
Okay, change my mind.
I don't even have the info.
Gotcha.
Okay, do you know what an egress window is? A lot of us don't, okay? They're window wells, basically. You know, the escape windows to get out of your home. They're not there just for safety, of course. They bring in light as well. You can rebuild those old, ugly, nasty window wells that builders put in that rust out and make them look beautiful with composite material that's landscaped. And that's from DenverEgressWindow.com. The only company that specializes in these. I know the Senate family, good people, DenverEgressWindow.com. They can also put in brand spanking new windows and window wells. 720-626-4221. I mean where there's no window at all. They can punch through the foundation and do it. 720-626-4221. Did you give me a 10 on that?
Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife died.
No, I'm just flighty today. What? Who died?
Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife.
Oh. She was only 51.
Yeah, she was young.
Did she have a heart attack?
I think she was having, yeah.
Throat cancer.
So what Brian said, so here's my idea. He says you have to prove it. If she's the only customer that got that email, wouldn't that prove that it wasn't his problem?
That's what I said.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear that. Yeah.
What do you mean by that, though?
Brian Burns is saying you have to prove whose fault it was.
For the insurance. For the cyber insurance.
Look at that email, you'll see. She won't send the email.
And I talked to Vaughn. Vaughn should call back.
That's a red flag all by
itself. Okay. Look at this one. I think one last number, the phone number, looks like it's been whited out. And they wrote
wait. Where's the white out here, Georgie? I mean, Dan.
I think she's
look at that zero.
I think she's pulling the fast one.
Where, Dano?
She won't give him the
Dano, where?
And it looks like if you blow it up, it looks like it's been whited out and written in.
Tom, he had to think about us getting his client on.
Yes.
Because of the referral stuff. And
I can't see what you're talking about.
His number, Vaughn Trumming.
Right here.
Oh, yeah, that's an O. Not a 0.
No, it's not even O. It looks like it's been whited out and something written in.
Oh, and then Tom, Mark Szymanski's on. Same thing happened to him, but he caught it in time. He's on mine too.
But this goes to a different guy's name. The count is in a different guy's name.
For once, maybe George is right.
Right. Once. I'm never wrong, Tom.
Join Mark's club.
You were wrong at one time when you thought you were wrong.
No, Mark just here. When Mark, hold on. What does he do, Dan? What does Mark do?
Are you saying when?
To make it right. He's louder.
Well, that's always worse. So.
But and then the ultimate. I never drink so and so. You mean to tell me in all of your life?
And I'm always right. God, who makes cheap furniture like IKEA, man?
Why?
I just got to get Miles a headboard.
Why don't you like IKEA?
Because they don't have anything.
Okay. IKEA's not necessarily cheap, unfortunately. They're crappy, but not cheap. Okay, a headboard. What kind of headboard?
Full size. Which makes it even harder.
Stephanie, Joy's Consignment. I swear
What's
to
it called?
God. It's right up here on Happy Canyon. Joy's Consignment. Happy Canyon in Hampton. Joy's Consignment. Do you know the top shit I have in my house? We pay pennies for out of model homes and shit. Joy's Consignment. Now, it depends on when you go. You might go and say, Tom, what are you talking about? But I'm telling you, if they get
shitty website.
Mark, it's a great store. I'm telling you, man, Stephanie is very fussy, and the house, she decorated practically the entire house from Joy's.
You say it's on Happy Canyon or Happy Ending?
Hi, Tom Martino here. I am here to help you. Okay, so, you know, what George brought up earlier about that hacking, how do we know people weren't watching her email and saw that she got an invoice and then sent her a follow-up saying, now pay that invoice? How do we know it was his? We don't know, actually, but Mark Szymanski said the same thing happened to him. What happened to you, Mark? And this is, by the way, he's our guy at Genesis Total Exteriors. We love them. They do home improvements, kitchens, baths, basements, and they do roofing and gutters, and they do siding and windows. And was this on a job that you invoiced?
Yeah, it was actually a siding job we did last year.
Now, when did they get the tell me how it happened. Go ahead.
Okay, so, you know, it was between one of my employees, my salesperson, and the homeowner, they're emailing back and forth. And I think he emailed her an invoice, and then she got, like, the next day another email saying, oh, pay it per this, you know, a wire transfer. And her name was Angela, and the other guy's name is Mark, too. She called my employee Mark and said, what is this about? And he goes, no, we never said that. We don't do that. We got somebody in from Compumedic to our office right away. They changed all our passwords, and they never found any source that it came from our computers.
Okay, so hold on.
Or our account.
So, hold on. So you think somebody was monitoring her account?
That would be my guess.
Now, when she got the follow-up email, did it appear to be from Genesis Total Exteriors?
Yes. You could not tell any difference between the email from prior emails from him. There was no difference.
Uh-oh.
I mean, this is scary stuff.
But it never happened to another customer, did it?
It has not happened since then. It happened.
Now, I want to ask you something, and I'm putting you on the spot. I put George on the spot. And it's not, I'm saying, if you invoiced someone and then they paid a phony baloney email that followed up, would you feel, well, how would you feel? Would you feel they still owe the money?
I think I would try to work something out with the customer. Maybe we meet part way or something.
But, I mean, if it was, that's the problem. You don't know.
Well, if it was her email, like George even said, then I would say she owes it. That's her problem. But if they hacked into his email, I'd go the other way.
But why? That would be like saying, okay.
Because then it's 100% her fault.
Yeah, I know.
They hacked into her email, and she paid the wrong people.
Okay, thank you. Mark Szymanski, by the way, Genesis Total Exteriors. I'm not kidding when I tell you, you know, in this day and age right now with all of the creeps out there, you got to get people that you trust, especially with home improvements. Oh, my God. I mean, this is one of the biggest things we get with people taking money and not coming through. And, by the way, he's also down in the Springs. 303-679-8509. 679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Let's talk to Brian Burns at Compass Insurance Group, our insurance experts. Do you see how this works, people? This works. People on a referral list become our go-to experts. And, of course, I've been going to Compass for 20 years, and I want to know is there a such thing as cyber liability now?
Absolutely.
But you have
cyber liability is becoming a more and more important coverage for people that deal with, commerce online.
Is it expensive?
It can be. It can be.
Like, give me an idea of like, if I'm a regular roofer, it can't be that expensive if I just do invoices.
That's right. For that, it's not. But I'll tell you, the percentage of roofers that have cyber liability is probably pretty small.
So you have to specifically buy the coverage.
You do. It's not included. It's a separate coverage that you buy.
What about for homeowners?
More and more important.
What about for homeowners?
Well, I mean, if it's based off of commerce or a business, your homeowners isn't going to cover you.
No, I mean, what if you, as a homeowner or as an individual, want to protect yourself from people hacking you?
Yeah, so that's a little bit different. Cyber liability is really more for if what your business is doing is causing damage because someone hacks your account, and like your example was.
Now, let's say, as an example, let's just say Vaughn has this insurance. And this woman said, I just paid 20 grand and whatever. And he said, well, I didn't get paid. Now, would they automatically cover? What would be the steps if he had the insurance?
If he had the insurance, the first thing they would have to figure out is how did the breach occur? Was it his fault? Was it something that happened within his system? and kind of like what you and Mark were just talking about. If what happened is that the customer's account was the one that got hacked, and they were looking at her incoming emails and changed something around, their cyber's not going to cover it because the company's not responsible.
Right. But if it's your fault and somebody hacked, would they say to you, you were negligent in some way, your insurance, to get out of it? Would they say you shouldn't have?
No. If you have the cyber liability and that occurred, I mean, unless it was something obviously fraudulent, like the company was in on it, but the fact of negligence isn't going to come into play, like they were being loose with their data.
If you're not
matter at that point, it would be covered.
If you're not in the cyber liability, if you're not in online commerce as a primary business, but you're like Fix-It 24/7, and you want to take payment online now and then, if you wanted to, how much roughly would cyber liability be?
It's all based off of how much
business,
commerce you do.
Okay, I see.
I would guess you're probably talking, I would guess anywhere from $500 to several thousand, depending on what it is you're doing. As a matter of fact, we have the avenue with our commercial customers to take payments online, and so we carry cyber liability, and I think it's like $800.
That's a very interesting topic. Wow. So Brian Burns can sell cyber liability and explain it to you, and Vaughn is on. Vaughn, do you have any questions? First of all, Vaughn, do you have cyber liability?
That's something I've written down. I don't know. I have general liability.
Who handles all your insurance?
Gas Lamp.
Okay, if you like them, that's great. But here's what I always recommend, always. Even if Compass wasn't on, I'd say, do you shop your insurance at least every 3 years?
I
do it every year.
About 2 years ago. I've had Gas Lamp for 2 years now. Before that, I was with someone else. But yeah.
Who are your carriers?
I guess some carrier.
A carrier is the big company that underwrites everything. The Gas Lamp or whoever you call, those are agents or brokers.
My insurance certificates, I believe it says Accord. Accord, does that sound right?
No, Accord is just, you know what, Tom, he's going to be excess, I imagine. Roofers usually are. It's not going to be an admitted carrier. It's probably no one you probably have even heard of.
Okay.
Because they're a little bit higher risk as far as what they need, especially with workers' comp and that kind of thing. Okay.
Well, anyway, I appreciate it. Hold on a second, Vaughn. Compass Insurance Group, 303-996-9000. 996-9000. Thanks, Brian. And they always do insurance checkups. Now, listen. What are you going to do, Vaughn? Are you going to put a lien on it?
That's what my consideration is.
You got to. What else?
Yeah, I mean that's all I can do at this
point.
Plus,
she's being coy. Why won't she send you the actual email? She won't. She just took a picture of it, and
she probably figured out, like George said, that it was her.
Either that or it never happens. I think something seems very fishy with her not trying to be cooperative.
Does she have a transfer and an account number and all that she gave you in Maine?
Don't you think the title insurance would no, because it didn't come until
Did she give it to you? The stuff in Maine?
Literally all I've gotten from her, so I've asked her to give me proof of payment. I've asked her to give me any of the emails, and she sent me nothing besides just those 2 photographed pictures of her computer screen. That's all I've got.
Yeah. You know what? I'd go after her.
Right. She's being very coy. It's very bizarre. And I feel like the way that she was talking to me, our discussion, it seemed that she was lying to me about a couple different things. The main thing was the phone conversation that she said she had with me that just, it's like, so, yeah, I feel that she's lying.
How long ago did you do the job?
About 3 weeks ago.
Oh, so I'd leave the house.
That's what I would do. I would not let any grass grow. 303-713-TALK. David, he has a home care nurse trying to help his elderly patient. John, what? Adams County strangled him to death, but he's on the phone. This is going to be wonderful.
What he said.
This is a resurrection before our eyes. Teresa has a roofing problem.
Sponsored by Farmers Insurance.
They guaranteed.
Sheridan Auto Store. Sheridan Auto Store.
It would make them get involved. It would make the seller get involved, and that's how it would force the seller now to give the information.
What would the lien?
Which would then force out what I think the lady, which now she would have fraud charges because I think
this is
Today is
title
Wednesday.
If that happened to me and I paid you and I'm really been defrauded, I'd be like, here's the information. I mean, here, no problem. I mean, just natural human behavior. You would give it. You'd have no problem giving it.
I'm just curious what the
20 seconds Sheridan Auto.
This is not insurance work.
I don't think
out of her pocket. I think she's scamming.
I don't think title
insurance. We know every windshield collision has a unique sound. Beetle.
This is the guy, Mark. This is that actor you like. You know that, right?
I wonder if he's
the guy from that drum. He does all the farmers.
Okay. He signed a lien release.
Sheridan Auto Tech you can depend on. Sheridan Auto Tech prides themselves in having a stable of customers that have been with Kevin Calkin and his team for years. They're very conveniently located on Colfax, just west of Wadsworth, or in Aurora, on Havana, just south of 6th Avenue. I call him Uncle Kevin because it's the kind of gentle, big, secure feeling you get, like a trusted uncle, telling you what you need, suggesting what you need, and then telling you what's really critically needed, and you can trust his honesty, the value, experience, and of course convenience. 303-455-7242. That's 455-7242, SheridanAutotech.com.
Ford is going to make you love Uber even more. Every eligible dollar you spend on rides and Uber Eats earns points that unlock
What do you mean?
benefits.
I think it
Get
looks
all the info
doctored.
and terms at uber.com/rewards. That's uber.com/rewards.
Well, it does look doctored. I don't think she outright. I think she paid somebody.
Why would you even
She might have,
question? Here, the account name is a totally different name. Totally different name.
Okay, John Fuller. He's the guy that you need if you are injured. Now you may say, wait, I don't know if I have a lawsuit. That's right. You don't have to know. You may even be unsure as to whose fault it is or if someone is at fault. Just call him. Traffic accident, call him. Slip and fall, call him. Any kind of injury where you believe someone else is involved or should be responsible, call him. Free legal advice when you need it the most, and he'll tell you the truth. John Fuller, personalinjuryco.com. Don't lose your rights by sitting on them. John Fuller, 303-597-4500, 597-4500. Approval, Genesis.
I'm not sure about Rick, but now I'm on Upwork and I'm seeing all the freelance help I need.
Kindly make a bank transfer or cash deposit.
Kindly is a fucking scammer's deal.
Trenner.
To the bank account. A name that's totally not with the business. In Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said yesterday, that's got to be a real account.
Can't cure stupid.
That's someone's account.
I coined that phrase, can't cure stupid. I'm proud of it. Yeah. Took me a while to come up with it, though.
Oh, I can't stand
I'm going to have a t-shirt.
Or can't fix stupid.
That zero really bothers me. If he did that or whatever, that's just totally... She like whited out.
But she knew she didn't pay it. She gets that. She's like, fuck it, I gotta pay it.
No,
she didn't give it a second thought. I think she paid it.
Oh, she did pay him? No, she doesn't pay him.
No, she thinks. No. He thinks she really did make that false payment.
That would be easy to find. You just find out if it went into that bank account.
Yeah, but so what? A friend of hers could be out there collecting.
Here's the other thing. She won't send him any of the information.
That's the weird part. Again, her lack of cooperation.
Yes. And the reason
I say that draws a lot of red flags.
The reason I say, the reason she's not doing that is she probably has realized since her email's been hacked in general.
Well, then why wouldn't she?
Because now she knows she fucked up.
Well, then she's trying to scam them.
Well, but either way, at this point, you're right.
Never get cataracts. Find out more about your clear lens replacement at iconeyecare.com. That's iconeyecare.com.
So the reason he doesn't want to say very much to it, he gets a lot of referrals for the realtor.
The person who referred her also refers him a bunch of other work.
Yes.
Doesn't want to piss that person off.
That's what he's
I would think if you explain the situation to them and be like,
right, $2,400.
I don't know what your relationship is with this lady, but this is what happened.
Exactly.
And she's not being very cooperative.
Yep, no, I agree. I think everybody wants to know if someone they had business dealing with is fraudulent. But it was her money. It wasn't like insurance money. She had to fix the roof to sell it. It wasn't a full roof. It was $2,400.
Mark, did you try Chernobyl? First show? See, Grant says the first episode is slow and then it picks up.
First one sucked. I couldn't even get through it.
What is that?
Late during the first one, the first time.
Chernobyl.
John Wick.
No, John Wick's great. You like John Wick, George?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh, you haven't seen the movies, John Wick? It's, what's his name?
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Can you?
I call him
Kanaya?
I call him Canoe. I mean,
Canoe?
wait. No, wait. Is it? Yeah, Canoe.
He's not Canoe.
I don't know.
How do you say? Is it Keanu Reeves?
Keanu. That's right.
Kiana.
Kiana.
The actor?
Yeah. The more I think about
That's right.
That's a girl's name.
Kiana. I don't know.
Nancy.
We could say Canoe.
Canoe.
Tippy Canoe and Tyler too.
DowntownSelfcare.com.
I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay. What is going on? What do you think is happening with that email hack? Would you pay again? What would you do? Hey, we have George Donaldson with us from FixMyHome.com. Fix it 24/7, 720-526-3939. And I want to know about zoning, hot air zoning, or forced air is what we call it because it could be hot or cold. Forced air zoning. Have you ever installed those systems?
Yeah, we installed.
Okay, so what's involved? Are you familiar with them? Like what the actual technology behind it?
A little bit. I mean, not
right.
You know, I couldn't go do it, but yeah,
You're. By the way, he's a master electrician by trade. Okay, so when you do it though, you basically put flappers or whatever you call them, vents that open and close, right?
Right in the duct, so it locks it off and just it forces air to just certain parts of the home. And
now the better systems I hear close off the trunk to those rooms as opposed rather than each register. I don't know. I mean, I have seen them.
Well, don't forget, you got to have the thermostats that connect to your main computer, if you will, or your main thermostat, like mine's a Train, that say, hey, this zone is this temperature, set it to go here.
Yeah.
Right. And now
with Nest, you could actually just use your one thermostat, and then you could install different zones.
Yeah, different temperature sensors.
Yeah, through the same thermostat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of which, these new high-tech online things, they're just all wonderful. I mean, Nest, I don't have Nest. I have, mine is called Sensei. I love it. Sensei. I love it. And then if you think about all the apps you can get to control your home now, even without retrofitting, you don't have to have it wired for a smart house. You can just go and put switches and outlets in and control almost anything. I'd like to know if anybody has some slick stuff they'd like to share. What have you done Wi-Fi-wise that you'd like to share? I'd love to hear it. Teresa, what's going on with your roof?
Hi.
What's happening? And by the way, I just want to say something. John, I'm keeping you so I have more time. We're toward the end of the hour. So tell him that, Suzanne. I do not want John hanging up. He's the one who says he was strangled to death. Okay, Teresa, what happened?
Wouldn't he be dead if he was strangled to death?
Just wait. Okay, so go ahead. Sorry.
There was a really bad hailstorm last fall, of course, in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
And I had to have a roof replaced, and the company that did it came and did it.
Where'd you find the company, dear?
They were coming around door to door right after the storm.
Yeah, that's the worst way to find them. Okay.
I know that now, but they so when he started my roof, I told him, I said, those shingles don't match my house. That's the wrong color.
And what did he say?
Nothing. And then he started my roof, and I said, well, I need an invoice for what this is going to cost. And he said, because my
Wait a minute. You did not even get an invoice or a contract?
I have a contract, but the contract only says what the $5,000 that they want. That was my deductible.
Okay, hold on a second, Teresa. We really need to take more time. Sounds like you did everything wrong. Do you know what I love about Art of Granite? You can please tell Teresa we want to help her, but I think, you know, if he didn't have the official contracts and stuff, okay, I don't want her to think we're going to kiss her off. How many fucking people do that shit? I have a friend who thank you for subscribing to
This includes the slats. This might be exactly
the Troubleshooter. YouTube.
I'm gonna build a Murphy channel up in my cabin.
Those are cool.
I know.
Actually, look at this. Before you decide to build one, believe it or not, I saw this
Oh,
last.
did you see one?
Yeah, and I couldn't believe you have to install it, of course.
Sure.
I'd get this one off Amazon, but the shipping's going to take too long.
That's not Prime.
Listen, I just fucking ordered it, goddammit. Hold on, man. You fucked me.
I fucked you.
You fucked me.
I think here's going to be the problem with her. It sounds like, and I could have misunderstood, but it sounds like she already had someone else fix whatever she's complaining about on the job.
Is she going to send the contract?
Do we need to see it?
Well, it's always, you can see if it's a bump contract.
Damn, that pissed me off. Damn it. Damn, screwed me.
You screwed me. That's from George and everything. They're screwing me. What was that episode you said? They're screwing me. George he's on a Mueller play. He's one of the actors on they're doing a thing on the Mueller investigation.
That's so stupid. I can't.
They're doing a play, a Broadway play.
Stupid.
And George Costanza.
It's not a Broadway play.
Well, okay, maybe not a Broadway.
No, a bunch of the idiots were just reading it. I bet it got 0 looks. Alyssa Milano.
Yes.
Wait, it's a real play?
No.
Well, I thought it was a play.
No,
It's not a play, it's just a reading?
It's just a reading.
I thought that was part of it.
Well, isn't there a whole HBO series called Clowns or something in the White House? Or what is it called?
It's a cartoon.
Circus?
What? It's a cartoon.
Oh.
I don't know what it's called. It's a cartoon, though. I've seen it pop
I sent
up.
this to somebody.
You know, Romney ought to keep his freaking mouth shut.
Who?
Romney.
What's wrong with him?
He's always bashing Trump on different things and stuff, and he could have won if he wouldn't have been such a wimp. He could have beat Obama.
No, he wasn't a wimp. What he did was he made the wrong...
He did terrible in that debate.
No, the time before he did that whole...
That's thing, the
58% or whatever it was.
58%.
He could, no matter what we'll do, we'll never get the votes of the poor. The 50% or whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember.
A big deal. He nailed.
They had him on fucking tape and video. It looks pretty bad, dude.
Okay, what about his debate where he allowed the CNN lady to falsely correct him?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, bring it up here.
I remember the one dude gave him the reach around on camera.
Look what I sent. Listen, I made this look like a form letter and sent it to one of my friends who subscribed to me on YouTube. It says, Mr. Shaper, thank you for subscribing to the Troubleshooter YouTube channel. For access to private videos, please enter credit card information below. After payment, you will be given a link to see videos of Tom trying on Speedo swimsuits and also videos of him doing aerobics.
Please do not share them with others, though.
Please keep it private at all times.
It's only for your private view.
This is for your eyes only.
Oh, God.
Because you are an avid listener. By the way, that is not a potato in front.
I like how you say, if you're going to pack, never put the potato in the back. And it looks weird.
Looks bad. Should be instructions for that. Potato goes in front.
She was so good with that deep cleaning, man. Let me tell you.
Did she do it herself?
No.
Okay.
But the woman that did it was unbelievable. So she would do it, then she'd take an X-ray and make sure every bit was gone, and then go on to the next zone. I mean, I've never seen anybody do that.
An X-ray?
That's what I'm saying. She'd make sure she got everything. They do an X-ray during it.
We're talking about deep scaling, man.
Yeah.
Did you have any bleeding at all?
Very little. Good. Not that bothered me.
So I can tell you what will help you as far as reducing it. Do oil pulling. What the hell are you talking about? Take like a spoonful every morning of coconut oil, just keeping your mouth to swish around.
Man, I haven't had a cavity since I've been fucking 12.
Why is that? Why is that?
It just takes.
I use WD-40.
I don't know. It just
slides right off.
It just helps your
gasoline does that too, Mike.
It does.
I switch bleach.
You're a little tougher.
Actually, people do use bleach in their mouth, don't they? Of course they do.
That's what they used to use for whitening.
Yeah, exactly.
And it would buff their teeth out.
I wonder if it'll ever be installed to color your teeth. You know how people like put in fake eye colors?
Look already on the grills, on decorative grills.
Oh, so they do.
But yeah, they're like they're all different kinds. Well, they're all different kinds. They have like stars and it's really incredible actually.
It looks like hell.
It looks like shit.
It's like having a nose ring in your ear that looks like a booger hanging down.
Now, why would you put a nose ring in your ear?
Oh, good point. Ear ring in your nose.
Okay.
You're so picky.
Wouldn't that be a nose ring? Ooh! And that new show I was watching, guess what the serial killer does? This made me really think.
Wait, there's a serial killer in your new one?
He cuts off.
What is it called?
The eye, your eye cover. What is that called? Your
eyelid?
Your eyelid.
What show is it, Mark? Is this, what show is it? I want to know.
I forget the name. I'll have to ask Suzanne. But think about that.
What's your new show you're watching with a serial killer?
Absentia. It's absent eye.
You didn't tell me it was a serial killer.
So, think about that. And what do you do if you can never close your eyes?
Is she a serial killer?
Wouldn't that suck?
Okay, now you got me. Hold on, I'm going to write it down. Absentia. Hold on, you know, I'm going to watch.
Oh my God, that freaks me out.
Was it Oz?
Did you just hear what he said? That was a real torture. They cut your fucking eyelids off and then put you outside aiming at the sun.
Oh my gosh. People were fucking good.
But I'm thinking you can't blink. I mean, it would freak. No, you blink like 100 times a minute.
When you think about the cruelty.
Oh.
No, honest to God, the cruelty of people.
Times? Oh, the cruelty, absolutely.
Hey, drawn and quartered is my favorite. Oh boy.
No, in general.
How long would you live after your legs and arms are off? Your torso and head are just sitting there.
They pull you apart with horses.
Fuck.
I like it.
People are just so sick.
We should do it to people on the Sleeves Brigade.
Okay, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. I'm troubleshooter Tom Martino with George Donaldson, owner of Fix It 24/7, fixmyhome.com. And I call them the $39 people because they have that extraordinary value for $39 for call charge. So $39 to track problems down, or $39 to inspect systems. And it's really what you call loss leader. People always want to be your company. They want to be your company. If they do a good job, they want you to call them. That's why, you know, One Clear Choice Garage Doors does that. They say, hey, you know, we'll do a free inspection on your garage door, and we'll lubricate it and tighten the hinges and all that. And then they put a sticker there, and they want you to call. And so Fix It 24/7 does that. I moved into a home and had them do each major system. I just can't believe how long they spend on your system. So I want to know this. What's the conversion rate? Let's say you have somebody, you do an HVAC inspection, or you do electrical or plumbing, and then, you know, they like you. Do you have a pretty good conversion rate, keeping customers after that?
I mean, extremely good conversion rate. So yeah,
so they see all that work.
They stay with us. Most of them become a member after that.
Yeah, and so what's the membership like? I hate memberships in general, and extended warranties and all that other kind of stuff. But what are you talking about a membership?
It's only $14 a month, but it includes 4 visits a year. So you get.
Wait a minute. So the 4 visits are for what?
So your electrical tune-up. So the electrician will come. You know, a lot of people. Everybody's experienced the smoke detector batteries, for example, go bad. We replace the battery so you never have to experience that chirping in the middle of the night. We tighten up the connections. People don't realize that just your electrical system alone, the connections throughout your walls,
they want
to be tight. They go loose, and that's what starts a spark inside your wall. So we go through and test everything, make sure everything's safe with the electrical system. And then we go through the plumber comes out and drains the sediment out of the water heater. People don't realize if you don't do this
happens every year.
Yeah, there was a guy.
See, now this is different. So that $14 a month gets you
actual services, plus you get front of the line service if you need somebody quick. You know, if you have a problem, and you call and somebody else is not a member, you'll go to the front of the line.
14 times 12, and you get 4. Hold on. Wait a minute. That's 100 divided by 4. That's only $42 for each one of those services.
Yeah, it's nothing. I mean,
so if you did nothing,
you've seen the services, right?
No,
we actually provide a service that prolongs the life
of the water sediment flush. If people, they could keep their water heater forever.
Yeah, forever. There's people that have done that. Actually, there's few people, very few. But we came across a guy that has been doing it every single year. His water heater is 20 years old.
Oh,
that never happens unless you do that.
Of course.
Right. So we do it every single year. The sediment is what eats at the tank and eats at the metal and ruins the rest of your plumbing system throughout your home as it spreads through your house. So we do that. We clean the dirt out of your furnace and air conditioning system every year. So we go twice a year.
So Mark, this is a different kind of membership. I mean, actually, services. They used to have
not just a discount.
Yeah, they used to have VCR stuff when VCRs were out. They used to have extended warranties on VCRs, and I would tell people not to buy them. But there was one, and back in the day, that included the cleaning,
the head cleaning,
and all of that, and new rollers. I mean, that in itself made it worth it.
You said you could, if you do that with the water heater, you could keep it forever. So you're telling me that water heater would last 1,000,000 years?
Now listen,
but it would last 2 to 3 times as long as it would otherwise.
No, you could keep a heater. Now if you go one step further and do an anode when they start wearing down, because the sacrificial anode, without getting too technical, basically is designed to rot away before the tank does.
Most people never replace those, do they?
Well, because they don't know about them. Right. So what most plumbers are most interested in doing is replacing the water heater.
Of course.
Right? We're more interested in prolonging the life of it. So that's the difference between our company and a lot of our competitors.
No, but why would anyone, Mark, make a suggestion to a homeowner, hey, if I do this anode every 5 years, you're going to never, and of course sediment flush, you know, because when the anode does dissolve or rot away, it goes to the tank. So you have to clean that up. But if you replace the anode, you will virtually keep the anodes rotting instead of the tank. Okay, I want to go back to Teresa because she had a hailstorm, Colorado Springs. Let's get to the roofer. The name of the roofer is who?
It's Infinity Restoration.
And what went wrong with them? You said that you did not have a contract. You did not even know the price. All they said was, we're going to take your deductible up front. Is that right?
Yeah, I had a contract, but that's all it says on the contract.
What does it say?
It says that I'll pay that I have to, my out-of-pocket cost for the claim would be $5,000, which would be my deductible.
Now, I know you didn't call for this, but I want people listening to know. Don't ever do this. Don't ever do this. First and foremost, call a roofer before your adjuster to make sure you have damage. Make the roofer give you a complete and full estimate, including materials, measurements, and pricing. Then, and they can do that because of Xactimate and Skyview. What do they call that, Skyview? Whatever it is. It looks over a home and
Eagle Eye.
Now, when they do this, then you call your adjuster, and then you don't ever take a roofer who leaves a blank contract or any blanks in a contract. It's too late for you, and so you really left yourself open for a big ripoff. Now, the contract says that you're limited to your out-of-pocket, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, what went wrong?
So when they came out to do my roof, the color was wrong, and I told them that, and I kind of got blown off. And then he started putting these shingles on that were damaged. They had these black tar spots all over it. And I said, he goes, I've got to call my boss and see what he wants to do. And I said, I don't want damaged shingles on my house. And so then he says, it's supposed to rain, so we're going to go ahead and cover your roof. We don't want your roof damaged. But I said, you already have the paper stuff down. My roof's covered. And they're like, no. What'll happen is we'll roof your house and we'll put a claim in with the shingle company, and then they're going to pay to have your house re-roofed.
So is that what they did?
No.
What did they do?
Well, it come around December.
Did they roof your house? I'm asking you, did you let them roof your house with the wrong damaged shingles?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they told me that I would get it fixed.
I get that part, but they never did get it fixed.
No.
Are your roof shingles literally damaged?
Yes, and that
would another roofer tell you it is a defective roof?
Yes, I've been told that. I've got actually independent reviews of my roof.
Okay, then how much did your insurance pay? You paid $5. How much did your insurance pay?
My insurance is supposed. The money is sitting in the bank. They allotted $19,000.
Did they pay it to you?
To me, but the bank holds on to it because it's such a big claim.
What do you mean the bank? Whose bank? What do you mean the bank?
My mortgage company.
Yes, you're right. Because did you tell your mortgage company not to let it loose yet?
Well, I did that, but that company went behind my back and told my mortgage company that it was done.
Did they get it? Did they get the money?
They did, but I wouldn't sign the check. I canceled the check because the roof wasn't done and it didn't pass inspection by the county.
Okay, so they did not get the money, right?
Nope.
Good. You know what? Good. You actually did. You know, even though you did everything wrong up front, at least you kind of redeemed yourself a bit. Now, where does it stand right now, Teresa? Did they lien your home?
They had already dropped the lien because they thought they were going to get paid.
Now, how long has it been? How long? I didn't write that down.
December.
Okay, so they can't lien. They can't lien you now.
They can't lien me now. So what I did do was, even though so the whole back of my house was a flat roof.
Yeah.
But they didn't understand that since there was material under there that made it have a slope, because a long time ago when the roof was made, you could do it that way. So they tore that material off because they thought it didn't belong there. So now the roof didn't pass inspection because there's no longer a slope and there's standing water everywhere.
I understand. So why'd you call us today? What do you need? You're so far, I like what you did, but what did you call about?
After they wouldn't come fix everything that was wrong, that wasn't the only thing that was wrong, and I don't want to get into the rest.
I'll take your word. Then what are you calling about?
I offered them, so the shingle company said, well, Teresa, we'll give you back. They said that it cost $19,000 for your roof. We're going to give that back to you to get your roof redone again. So now it's going to cost twice for the roof. But so I
wait. It's not going to cost you twice.
Well,
they're going to give you a $19,000 credit.
Yeah, and I offered that to them so that I could have somebody else do my roof that would do it right.
No. How do you offer them $19,000? You're not going to get $19,000 twice, are you?
I still have the money in the bank that I was originally paid.
Okay, are they saying to you, I'm talking about the manufacturer, are they saying to you, keep the 19 you already got, plus we're going to give you another 19 to redo it?
No. My original money is the insurance claim when the house was hurt. And then the shingle company said, yeah, we see that they actually put damaged product on your house.
Okay. Then they are doing, even though they didn't do it, the scenario they laid out for you is exactly what they said would happen. I know they didn't do it. I know they lied to you. I know you did it. But listen, the end result's the same. They would have gotten their $19,000 and you would have gotten another roof, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So you're trying to make the case you shouldn't even pay them the first 19.
No, I offered them the 19 and they turned it down.
Why?
Because they want the full 28. They want 28,000 instead of 19,000.
But you already paid them 19 plus 5, right?
I haven't given them anything.
I thought you gave them the $5,000. You didn't. It just said you were responsible for it, right?
Yeah.
So 19 plus 5 equals 24. Where'd you get the other money? You said there's another $4,000. Where's that?
That's what they're saying that the roof cost them to put on.
Okay, I get it. So now,
but what I'm saying is,
what are they saying they're going to do?
They want the full 28.
Okay.
And
they are kind of okay. They are, as crazy as this sounds, they should be paid. They should be paid whatever you originally agreed to pay, so long as it all gets redone. And you're telling me it's going to get redone. Is that right or wrong?
It's getting redone, but it's costing more because of what they.
She's having it done by someone else, Tom.
I understand that, but you're not going to have more out of pocket, are you?
Yes, I'm having more out of pocket.
Okay, then hold on. I know.
The initial contract from the initial roofer never told you it was $28,000 in the first place.
No, they
right?
didn't. No, they didn't.
So it was never a legal contract. They are not due $28,000.
I know. So I have a suggestion coming up.
Precisely where I'm going. Sponsored by
Farmers Insurance.
He's not just a pretty face, Mark.
Earlier, blockage on that ramp from 6th Avenue eastbound to...
Have you been accused of that before? You're not just a pretty face?
No, his dog is, though. His dog is. His dog is a pretty face.
What kind of dog you got?
English bulldog.
Oh my God. You gotta see, this dog looks like he's from another planet. And his tongue is always sticking out. Does he ever close his mouth without sticking out his tongue?
Yeah.
I mean, the contract.
You have it, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say...
Total out of pocket, in addition to insurance proceeds, is going to be $5,000. It does break down everything they're going to do.
It does. Does it give prices for everything?
It does. No, it's just.
Okay, hold on.
That's not legal then.
Revitalized Health, Ken Carroll and 470. Also Alameda and Federal. They are a clinic. Three brothers. They started these clinics to defy age. They do BioT treatment, which is pellet implantation for testosterone, estrogen, and they also do thyroid. They do other hormones and enzymes and peptides for youthful stuff, to keep your brain going, to keep everything working right. And they do supplements, and they also do thread lifts, fillers, Juvederm, Botox. These guys are great. If you're looking to set the clock back and not accept nature's call to beat you up, you want thehormonebros.com. Thehormonebros.com. 720-361-2302. I'm a patient. Suzanne's a patient. We're all damn patients. We love them. Thehormonebros.com. 720-361-2302.
CBD. Tom, 20 seconds. Excel Roofing Long. Excel Roofing Long.
Bluebird Botanicals has a wide range of CBD products. Everything from oils to capsules to isolates. They even have products
You see my
for your
son's
beloved
dog, man?
pets.
That's a good
If you
looking
haven't
dog,
tried
isn't it?
CBD
What is he?
for yourself,
What is your dog?
That's a husky.
Oh, that's a, yeah, they're
Alaskan
stupid as hell.
husky.
Is it Alaska?
They're stupid. I like them. I love them. Oh, they're stupid. Stupid. They are.
He looks stupid because
ExcelRoofing.com. Excel, E-X-C-E-L, as in excellent. Jay Bretts started this company, I forget how long it was, over 20 years, whatever. 93, that's what it was. 1993, I remember, he started advertising with me right away. He was the first roofer on my referral list at referralist.com. He's got more than 30,000 satisfied customers. He said, this is what I'm going to do, Tom. I'm going to start a company, and I'm not going to accept a penny until the job's done. We're talking about a roofer who doesn't take a penny until the job's done and you're 100% satisfied. And all of his contracts are complete. He doesn't force you into a contract to look at your roof. You know, these door knockers that say you gotta sign a contract or we're not going to get up on your roof and it's just authorization to inspect, they're basically lying to you. Excel Roofing is the best in a field of what I consider mostly scumbags. ExcelRoofing.com. 303-761-6400. You can trust the company, and better yet, you can trust the owner, Jay Bretts. 303-761-6400.
It's Ross. Come have lunch with me.
That's a bulldog.
Look at that fucking dog. Oh my God, that's so cute.
That's cute?
Cute, you know what I'm saying. They're so, all bulldogs are so ugly, they're cute. That's what people say. And they also say
his personality too. I mean, he's a fun dog.
Look how.
Let
me see.
He doesn't run very fast.
Oh my God.
He's so elusive. It's crazy. He likes to have his toy and run around, and me chase him, and he has moves.
Does he?
I mean,
does he
he'll
have?
juke you.
How old is he now?
He's 6.
How old do they live to?
I mean, the average is 7.
Oh my God!
But they can live up to 12.
You know,
they have health issues.
Like my Pyrenees, they say 8 to 10. I had each Pyrenees till 12.
Took care of them.
Yeah. Your husky little.
Look at the look at puppy. You tell me.
They're so cute.
I couldn't even. How do you turn that
They're
down?
cute. No. I love huskies. They're so cute, and I like the
blue eyes.
I like. You know the Malamutes? Are they called Malamute? You know the big ones. And then you have the Samoyeds. They're cute.
We can do CBD. You don't care, do you?
I don't care. CBD is nothing to do with getting high.
Right. Now wait a minute.
If you take a gallon
and stand on it, are you not higher? I wonder, you can get high on it though, right? If you did enough of it?
I think so. They can sell it in states that don't have
Okay. I'm Tom Martino, your consumer advocate, and I just got to talk to John. John, Teresa, I'm going right back to you. John, please don't hang up. I want you to know that we are interested in what you have to say, and we're trying to get an attorney on. So please, okay, John, just hang on, all right?
Okay.
I want to assure you I am going to take you. Now, Teresa, here's what you should do. You never had a contract specifying price. Mark, from the contract, it never said a specific price. It just said a limit to out-of-pocket, right?
Yeah, limit. That's right, $5,000.
Here's what I would do, Teresa.
Okay.
I would have it redone and then pay it, whatever it is. You are getting up to $19,000 from the manufacturer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now let's say the manufacturer pays you $19 and it costs you $28 to get it redone. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now you have $9,000 and subtract 5, which you expected to pay. That leaves a balance of $4,000 that you shouldn't have to pay. So I would simply pay the I would pay the full bill. Okay. Now you have to collect the additional money you never expected to pay. So what I would do is let's just say at 28 you would be $4,000 in the hole after paying your deductible. I would take the 19 and subtract the $4,000 and pay them the difference. And if they don't like it, the hell with them. I'd sue them for breach of contract. I mean, that's what I would do. That doesn't necessarily mean. Well, how would you do it, George? Now, how would you do it?
The first thing I would do personally, looking at this contract, is I would have an attorney look at this contract, the legality of this contract.
No, you're right.
Because if this isn't legal, which I don't think it is.
But it doesn't mean she's not owed a dime.
No, but it gives her more leverage on. I mean, if they don't have a legal contract, then they're going to have to. They're going to have to do what's right.
You're right.
So.
But they did do the underlayment right and all of that. Okay, so these guys have to come in. Wait, they may have to redo everything anyway, though, because when they take the shingles off, I don't think they can preserve that underlayment at all. No. You know what, Teresa? This is up in the air, man. This is up in the air. What does the roofer say? They want the full payment, and they don't acknowledge any kind of liability for extra cost?
I told them, okay, so that wasn't the only issue, and I don't want to get into it, but the gutters were even not right.
Okay, but here, then Teresa, all of the problems to fix, all of them, plus the roof, how much is it going to cost total?
Right now,
30?
It's kind of up in the, it's probably.
Okay, let's say 30. Let's just say it. So now take $30,000. Okay, now you were expected to pay $5,000, so you're still going to pay only $5,000. Okay, and now that leaves $25,000. Okay, now that is more than the 19. That's $6,000 more. So what I would do to make myself exactly where I would have been had they done everything correctly, I would put myself in that position. I would reimburse myself the extra money, the extra $6,000 out of the 19 and pay them the balance. It's only fair. I mean, because what you are doing is you are putting yourself what's called whole. Now, the fact that the contract did not follow state guidelines for roofers and all of that extra stuff, that is leverage. But I would still do what's fair. I guess you could technically beat them up over it. What would you do, George? Beat them up and say, I'm going to give you 10, take it or leave it? What would you do?
I mean, me personally, I'd try to make it right with everybody. But if they did the whole job wrong in the first place, the contract isn't right. I mean,
are you saying
that's
they
kind
should?
Of a business lesson, right?
Okay,
I mean,
But she shouldn't. Right. But she shouldn't benefit from it. I mean, she is getting that. If she got 19 and 19, that's 38 grand.
It's almost like she should just start over with a new company. Tell them
what she's doing.
Tell them. I mean, it's almost like they were. If the shingles were damaged, they came from the old company should be should get the 19,000 from them, right? And that should just start over with somebody else.
Here's another way to do it. Tell them what they did had no value whatsoever, but you are not allowed to unjust enrichment, which means if you, and I'm talking from a personal, not a legal standpoint, if you got both 19s, that's 38 grand. Why would it be fair for you to pay, then you pay 30 and you profit 8 plus the 5 you never had to pay? You're profiting 13 grand. It's just not fair. I mean, yeah, you could say for my time and trouble, you could do that. Your insurance company doesn't care. The roof's being done. Your insurance company doesn't care. Your lender doesn't care. Okay? And no one cares. But I don't think your lender is going to let you keep that money because you have to sign it. Is it made out to them?
They're going to make it out to the new place, but I actually put the 19
Who's going to make it out to the new place?
The insurance company.
The bank.
But why? You told me the manufacturer is going to pay it.
The manufacturer sent me a check. I tried to give the check to the old company that did the original roof.
The manufacturer sent you a check for 19 grand in your name?
Yeah, and I tried to give it to them, and they won't take it.
Oh, I get it.
That's crazy. So they should take it.
Yeah, they should.
They should take it.
Hey, Deputy Dan.
I can take it and walk away. I'll pay for the damages that you caused to my roof.
You're right. You're right. And you know what? You'd actually be in the hole. You're offering more than I would.
I just didn't want to deal with them anymore. I just wanted them to take it and go.
I want to warn people about Infinity Restorations in Colorado Springs. Deputy Dan, you want to take a stab at it, or do you want me to give it to the big guy, the Deputy Clint? I'm just kidding. Okay, let's let Deputy Dan take a stab at this. 303-713-TALK. When we come back, we're going to talk to John. He said Adams County strangled him. We're going to find out what happened and why. Casey, he's not sure if a painter primed his house. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, 303-713-TALK, including for Fix It 24/7 here in the house, give us a call. You know, underneath the paint.
Yeah, but a lot of paint's got primer in it. Or does he mean like sand and, primed it?
A lot of times they do that.
By the way, Mark, truly, the all-in-one paint is not as good as a separate primer. So if he was promised a primer, that's the thing. Was he promised a primer?
Oh, you're saying primer.
Yeah, what did you think I was saying?
Primed. As in he primed it. He got it ready. Like he sanded. He put in gaps. He filled the gaps. And
I think he meant primer as in a coating. A lot of paints today, they don't do primes. You're right. What they do is they do 2 coats. And the first coat's considered a prime coat. After, of course, preparation. Preparation, primer, and finish. Hold on. Centeno, right?
That's a nice shirt. Where'd you get that? Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Are you in pain? Do you have painful joints and painful shoulders and elbows and ligaments? Listen, we had them on the show. They're the real deal, Centeno Schultz. They do living stem cell therapy. But they actually do more of other treatments, and that should be good news to you. They are the stem cell experts. Dr. Chris Centeno invented that therapy. He did for clinical settings for humans. He was the first one right here in Colorado. Now, here's the deal. If you need living stem cell treatment, they'll do it. But in most cases, about 80% of the time, they can do lower cost procedures, less invasive procedures that will be just as good. They will make that decision. That's the good news. If you go somewhere else to the phony balonies, they're going to tell you their fake stem cells are good for everything, and they're really good for nothing. Go to thestemcellexperts.com. Thestemcellexperts.com. 303-963-9201. I want that one.
You want me to try to get them just to take the 19,000 from the shingle company, right, Tom?
You know, the problem with that SB 38 and having all that stuff on that roofing contract, if you really read that whole thing, Quantum Marriott is discussed.
Yeah, but did they get value? Should they? The whole thing has to
I'm
be
not
stripped.
talking just her, though. I'm saying, in order...
Hello, let's talk. CentryRV.com, as in the 100 mark. CENTURY. We have Century RV in our backyard, right up on I-25, that 119 turnoff, Highway 119 to Longmont. It's right there. Or you can go north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. We have them right here. And people come from all over the country, and all you have to do is drop by. Look them up, CentryRV.com, 303-453-1111.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like,
say again, Mark?
Yes, Mark?
needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then
Are you telling me?
No, what I'm saying is,
try ZipRecruiter for free.
even though it's not a valid contract, it really...
They get value.
What they're really saying is it doesn't matter. It just doesn't do anything.
That's right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
And there's no teeth in it as far as, oh, you can no longer do roofs because you did this. There's really no penalty either. There's no criminal penalty.
It helps if they come back at you, though, for the roof, if you have an illegal contract.
But where it really helps you is if they try to fuck you at the end and say, okay, you're going to pay us $40,000, not $20,000. Then you can say, oh,
or if
bullshit.
you have to redo the whole thing, you didn't get any merit.
This person didn't. Although they could argue,
but remember,
they could argue they got to give us a chance to make it right.
That tried to represent herself and got totally fucked.
Oh, do I remember it? Are you kidding?
I can't stand those fucking people.
And
then the attorney goes out and complains to about us.
For a mouthful of veneers, then you want to look into Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ.
And how do they even make the leap that if I'm giving you information, how does that translate to me giving her information?
That's your problem.
You and I can talk about anything we want.
Yeah,
but I was saying we shouldn't talk about it.
Yeah, but I probably shouldn't have done it sitting next to the fucking plaintiff.
Personally, I think Casey sounds like a pain in the ass customer. He told Vivax, I want pictures of my house primed before you paint it. They share one picture. Now, he doesn't want to pay Vivax because he's not sure if they actually primed the house or not. This guy's been on the referral list for a long time, Tom, so I wanted to give him a little love to come on and talk about it as an expert. I don't think there really is a way to tell. It sounded like from Kevin, but this guy, to me, sounds like a pain in the ass customer.
There is actually a depth. You can do that. Clint has the machine.
Oh, he does? Okay.
I think he did for measuring mils.
The thickness of paint.
Yeah. To see how many mils.
But how would you know if it's a layer of primer?
It wouldn't matter.
Couldn't you just scratch a little
That's
off,
what
maybe?
we talked about. Kevin and I talked about.
Primer is nothing more than paint, so if it's too... This guy is thinking primer is something
doesn't pay them a
magic.
dime, and it's Vivax. It's not. I mean, it's not like some. I don't know. Aren't they pretty reputable?
They're damn good.
Yeah.
So is Star Quality.
I don't know if I like Vivax.
They're on our list, right?
No.
Not anymore. They've been off for quite some time.
Yeah, they're good. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, John, what the hell is happening?
Okay, you kind of got it a little mixed up. I actually got strangled while I was in the Adams County detention facility.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
I was in the medical unit.
Now, what were you in the... So you were first in jail and then transferred to medical?
To the medical unit.
Okay,
yeah.
What were you charged with, or were you doing time?
I was awaiting arraignment.
On what? On what charge?
They were a motor vehicle theft.
Okay. Okay, so you were awaiting arraignment, and what happened?
They had me on this stuff called Librium or something like that.
Okay, and why were you on Librium? Do you have problems with drinking? Oh no, it's
no.
Librium. No, that's not.
That's what they say. They say it's for
alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
use.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was there for maybe a day or two, and then they let somebody come into my cell. And I guess according to the...
What were you... Were you on Librium before entering? Who made that decision to give you Librium?
One of the nurses just like here.
Well, she's not allowed to do that. I mean, something must have happened. Were you on any kind of drugs?
No, I told them that I had been drinking.
Okay. Anyway, so now what? What happened? It's for anxiety and alcohol withdrawal. Were you withdrawing?
Yeah. And
okay.
I have
are you an alcoholic? Let's just put it that way.
Sir.
Huh? Your phone's cutting in and out. Are you an alcoholic?
No, I am not.
Okay. So she just thought you needed this for your withdrawal.
Because I have anxiety, so I was having a panic attack.
By being locked up?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened then?
And then they let somebody come into my cell, and I don't think they were there more than 10 minutes, and they tied a rope around my neck.
Now, wait a minute. Who did they let in your cell?
I'm not. I know the person's name now.
No, what I mean is it is it a cellmate, like that's supposed to be
another inmate?
I understand that, but do they have 2 per cell normally?
I hadn't been with anybody the whole time I was in there.
How long were you in there before they put someone else in there?
Maybe a day.
Okay, you were in there a day, and then the second day they put someone in with you.
Yes.
Did they say? Okay. Did you can look out where other people? Do other people have people in there?
I know that you can see some of the women that were in there. They had a few people in their cells.
Okay.
Typically, I didn't really see anybody have more than one person.
Okay, so then what?
And then this person that they let in my cell, he was there maybe 10 minutes, and then he tied a rope around my neck and strangled me to death.
Now, obviously, he didn't strangle you to death because you're alive.
Well, yeah, sorry.
Okay, he strangled you till you passed out?
Till I was completely unconscious, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Why? Wait a minute. Like, how did somebody find you? Did you yell?
How do you have a rope?
Yeah. No, good point. Where did he get the rope?
I have no idea. I know that I woke up in the Brighton emergency room.
Okay, here, I want to ask you a couple things first.
Consciousness.
Okay, so you woke up. You remember somebody or him putting a rope around your neck, and you remember next thing waking up, right?
Yes.
And you don't know how they got help, who found you, or anything. Is that right?
No.
Okay. Are you, I just want to get this out of the way, that's why I'm asking. Are you thinking, when you say they let someone in, do you think they wanted to let someone in to kill you on purpose?
That's what I feel like.
Okay. Why would the deputies want someone to kill you?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Does it sound reasonable? The reason I ask these questions up front is to find out what I call how credible you are. If you feel like, okay, I was in jail for nothing more than motor vehicle theft, I'm awaiting a hearing, the deputies decided I should die. That's what you're saying. So they put a killer in so he could kill me. That's your story.
I'm still trying to figure out why he tied a rope around my neck.
I would want to figure that out too. What was this guy? Was he like a long timer or what? Do you know anything about the guy? Was he charged?
I have no clue.
Was he charged?
And they didn't charge him at first, and when I got out of jail, I went to a police station to try to press charges because I have neck injuries and a lot of things because of it.
Okay, hold on. And the cellmate you were with, was he in there waiting trial? What was he there for? Do you know?
I honestly have no clue who he was or why he was there or what his story is at all.
But you know for sure it was him who did it to you.
Well, they have it all on camera.
They do?
Yes.
Holy crap!
The thing that happens when I got out of jail, I went to the police station and they gave me a ring around the rosy and then had me meet with a bunch of officers who told me, oh, well, we can't do anything. And then they told me that I need to contact the sergeant of the jail, and I contacted him.
What jail was this? What jail?
Adams County Detention Facility.
Okay.
And so I never got anything in return, so I figured, there's nothing they're going to do for me. I'm hopeless.
You can sue.
My lawyer contacted me and told me that the state came in.
Your defense attorney do you have a defense attorney, or is this a civil attorney you hired for this?
A public defender for my other stuff.
He said the state came in
if they came in and pressed attempted murder charges and assault with a deadly weapon.
Good.
That person, but I guess, and I'm not clear on the complete details, but I guess they are in defense of this guy.
What do you mean? Who's in defense of this guy?
The jail is.
They let him in with a rope, so they're liable.
I mean...
So that's why.
What do you mean they're in defense of him? What does that even mean?
That's what my lawyer said. I'm not sure exactly what that means.
They're sticking up for him, saying he didn't do it? What are they saying?
That's what I kind of interpret it as.
Are they saying it was self-inflicted?
No, they can't.
But they have video, okay?
Yes. Because the cell I was in has a video camera, and there's deputies that sit and watch the cameras on everything that's going on in everybody's cell.
Your attorney needs to get the video, right? I mean,
yeah, he probably has it. So what does your attorney think? He's a public defender. He's not allowed to step outside those bounds and represent you civilly right now. So
exactly. What
are you going to do about that? Did you talk to any civil personal injury attorneys?
I haven't, but I'm calling because I know that you know some of the best.
Can we see if John Fuller's around and available? Okay, this is crazy. This is crazy. Man. Mark, what are you making of this? Something we're not hearing?
I don't know, man.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. What do you think of it?
I don't know where somebody gets a rope.
Is he saying that basically the cops or the guards put him up to it? I mean, is that really?
That didn't happen. I mean, that would be crazy.
I don't know. If some guy walks into Walmart with a rope and tries to kill you, does Walmart owe you money because he walked in with a rope? I don't know.
Listen.
But did this really even happen?
Does he have any rights? Wait a minute. As a prisoner, what rights do you have?
The jail could be liable for something if they let the guy go in there like that.
Well, hell, people get shanked and stuck and killed in jail every day.
No, it's not. No? I don't know.
You shouldn't let a guy in with a rope. That doesn't, I mean...
Well, I would
let a criminal in.
Where did the rope come from?
John, what were you saying?
I agree with what you guys are saying. You know, I definitely feel the same way. However, my only concern is, like, I was already in the one place that saves lives and takes care of your health, and here it is. You know, I ended up with more injuries than...
What do you mean you were in a place that say? What are you talking about?
I was in the medical unit, the infirmary.
To begin with?
Yeah.
And then went to the emergency room. So, wait, you were actually in the infirmary. They admitted you straight into the infirmary?
Yes.
Why?
And then they...
Why?
Because I was having a panic attack. I have severe anxiety.
Okay, so, were you arrested that day?
Yes.
Okay, you were arrested...
Oh, not the day before.
Okay, you were arrested with a stolen car?
Allegedly.
Yeah, of course. And what else alleged?
No,
what else? What were you charged with? I want to hear everything you're charged with.
All my charge was theft of a motor vehicle under $1,000.
Theft of a motor vehicle. Were you also charged with DUI?
No, and I pled guilty to it. And I've already taken care of all of that.
So that's out of your life right now?
For now. I'm on probation for it. But
okay, cool. I mean, what I'm saying is that's not pending right now. Okay.
No.
All right. What was the real story on that car? Was it a friend's car and you got pissed? Okay. And what happened? Was it a girl?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And what happened? What's the real skinny?
The real skinny is, you know, I had her car and, you know, I was wrong for it and...
Yeah. She wanted you to bring it back?
Pretty much.
And you were pissed at her. Why were you pissed?
You know, we were going through a separation, so...
And you said, the hell with it. I paid for this car. I'm keeping it, right?
Yep, I made a very poor choice. And,
okay, so right now you're on probation. You're looking for civil damages. I want to ask you something, okay? Were you really hurt? Or are you mostly pissed? I just want to know that, between you and me.
I do have a lot of pain in my neck, and when I went to the hospital afterwards, there's 2 shattered vertebrae in my neck now.
Crap. So, no, this is pretty serious. How long ago did this happen?
1 year ago.
I wonder if they're saying it was self-inflicted.
Wait a minute. A year ago?
Yep.
Have you talked to any personal injury attorneys?
No, I haven't yet, because the police, because they gave me pretty much told me there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, why would you listen to the police tell you that?
Because they're the ones that are in control.
Hey, what jail?
No, they're not.
Wait a minute. What jail was this?
Adams County Detention Center.
Screwed.
Why?
Governmental immunity. It's been over 90 days.
Okay.
No,
he's not.
They came in and that's why when whoever higher up in the jail and all that, they're the ones that press charges. The person who strangled me to death has arraignment in August for attempted murder and...
All right. Hold on.
I love when he says that. It's like he was electrocuted.
Allegedly.
Then they
Allegedly, but I pled guilty.
I took care of it.
No, wouldn't you have to give him notice within 90 days? Am I missing something?
Yeah.
He's screwed. It's over.
Yeah, but they might be able to extend the tolling for different reasons. I don't know. I mean,
my God, why would they write that right in our CRS?
I know it is in our CRS, Mark, but people, the argument on toll, it's always when does it start? That's really what it is. I mean, no one disputes the time limit, but people get it extended all the time. I don't know.
I don't know if they do get extended.
They actually, well, of course they do. I'm in a case right now where it was extended. I mean, it depends on the ruling. The judge can say, you know what?
I'm talking just the government immunity, though.
Oh. Okay, so we just talked to a kid on Librium, right? Now, when we talk about problems, many times substance abuse is involved, whether it be alcohol or drugs. And that's where the Raleigh House comes in. The Raleigh House knows that within the sound of my voice, there are going to be thousands of people who are affected by addiction. So that's why they established this line for people who are affected by addiction. Here's why. You don't know where to turn. You don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. You don't know what to look for. You don't know the telltale signs. You don't know how much it costs. You don't know if insurance covers it. You don't know where to go. You don't know how to talk to them. What caused it? Can it be prevented? What can I do to help? All of these questions, we always have them when we're confronted with addiction. And they want you to call free of charge, as much as you want, confidentially, to find out your answers. 720-730-9722. Absolutely no charge, no obligation, no pressure. 720-730-9722. Sponsored by an addiction treatment facility. TheRaleighHouse.com.
But it sounds like they want him to testify against the guy.
Well, of course he does. Is that what he's calling about?
No, I think that's why he started thinking of this now. That's the way I read in between the lines.
Okay, you know what? It could be told too by his... when was the guy charged? Was it substantially after?
If you've been hurt in an automobile accident or in any other way and you're wondering, is this what I have to look forward to? Missing work, pain, missing...
It's amazing all the spam that's filtered out, but I don't know why I got you in a spam right here. Why are you in my spam? It's a Mark, it's you, Mark at Troubleshooter.com. Why the hell were you flagged? You were flagged as spam.
Who?
You.
Oh, going to you?
Yeah.
What did I send to you? What was it?
Make sure to update copy points.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wonder why I did. I don't know. You must have marked me as spam.
No, I'm going to say not spam so it doesn't happen.
I wonder if Troubleshooter.com got marked as spam, maybe.
Cubicles and more, and they will help design your office layout for free. Their beautiful new showroom is conveniently located right off I-2.
You're in by
Learn more at everythingforoffices.com. That's everythingforoffices.com.
Simply Floors Inc. That's the website. You go there and say
you have kids in the morning tomorrow.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. Buddy Mitchell's
okay.
the owner.
No.
I know Buddy.
Why? What's going on?
I'm trying to set up an endorsement meeting.
Money 20, 30, 40, 50%.
I pick them up Friday.
Floor coverings are a funny thing. Everyone sells the same.
It's for Willie Nelson's new brand of ganja.
Installation is critical. Buddy is at the top when it comes to installation and at the bottom when it comes
for their first spot. I want you to smoke a big bong on air.
You read this,
and then see how it goes.
You read this about the dishwasher?
I did it just now. I'm trying to get information on it. I don't know if we had to run the plumbing line, the water line, I assume.
No, I don't think that. No, if you read it, I'm understanding it. You guys gave him a quote and you didn't like the quote. They never did it.
No, we didn't do it. No, we didn't do it. What he's saying is we should have gave him the price on the phone.
Yeah, instead of paying $19.
You can never give a price on the phone.
Yeah.
Like what the client makes it out to be and what it always ends up being, or most of the time, is not the same. And you give this price and then you get there and the job's this. Now they're pissed. That actually pisses way more people off.
So, he was really, he says, why should he have to pay 19, right? Why? They just came out. But trust me, it cost them money to go out there for 19 bucks.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Well, you know
he's a member. I'll give him the 19 back now.
Yeah, but it cost them money to get to at 19. But
at the end of the day, he said, why couldn't you have just told me the price on the phone?
Call charges. There's only one place I know that does zero call charge, right?
Price Fixer.
That's one. Okay. No one else.
Not that I know of.
Well, how can they do free call charges? So that means
because they're banking on that they're gonna, they're gonna sell. I mean, of course that's why they do it.
Yeah. I mean, most people charge 89. We're only 39. Standard. This person's a member. That's why it's 19.
I dropped off. You just made me think something. I dropped off my bus this morning at Parker Trailer. Have that jack looked at. So, this service manager was the best guy I ever met. I would have, if I still owned the Goodyears, I would have fucking given him a managerial position.
Why?
I don't know why. He was that good. He could call me and probably sell. I don't even want to say it on. He was so good he'd probably call and sell me anything. I mean, he just had me. I felt so secure, and I've never met him before. It's remarkable.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome, 303-713-TALK. Now, hold on, John. I need to go to this other one quickly because I have a business on the air that I want to get on to talk about this. He's our expert. Casey.
Yes.
Okay. What's going on?
A couple of weeks ago, I hired a company. I interviewed multiple painting companies, and I decided on Viavax.
Okay.
They guaranteed that they would do 100% prep, recaulk everything, they would prime everything, and then they would use a Sherwin-Williams product.
Was that all in your contract?
It's on their webpage, and the contract, I believe they will not dispute any of what I am saying.
So that you paid for prep, prime, and paint. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you not get?
I was assured that they would have a project manager on site who worked for Viavax.
Yeah.
And then the crew, they would introduce me to the crew and the supervisor, and I could take up, any concerns I had with the project manager or with the supervisor.
Okay.
The project manager never appeared. He didn't show up the 2 days that they painted.
Okay.
The project manager, the supervisor.
I don't think that's right if they promised you that, and I don't know what discussions were had, but I'll take you at your word. But it doesn't diminish value. I need to hear something that would diminish value.
I requested that they send me pictures of all the plumbing work before I signed the contract, before they started any work.
Did you put it on the contract?
See, there again, that's their policy. That's their procedure. They're not going to deny.
So on the website, they promise to send pictures before they begin painting.
Yes.
Okay. Can you find that for me, Suzanne? He says it's on the website, and if they promise that, they should do it. What happened? It's still, by the way, as crazy as this sounds, it still does not diminish value unless there's something that diminishes value. I'm not trying to be funny with you, but I'm just saying that I understand why you're upset, and there's a whole bunch of little things they could have done that would make you not upset. I don't know why they would piss people off on purpose. I don't know, or they're just busy. So what happened? What diminished your value?
I'm not sure I'm getting everything that I'm paying for.
Okay.
But you haven't paid.
That's a fair question. Well, or what he's being charged for. You're not sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're not sure.
No, I'm not disputing
that's a fair question.
I haven't paid it, and I'm not going to until we get this resolved.
Okay.
Now, I did talk with the Sherwin-Williams rep, and they said, well, they didn't prep it. We can't guarantee our product on your house.
Well, listen, I don't think the homeowner has to see it to tell them it's prepped. That question normally doesn't come up. You probably raised a red flag that didn't have to be raised. Hold on. I'm Tom Martin. The guy just fucked himself. He called Sherwin-Williams and now raises a red flag and negated his warranty. What do you think, George? Didn't he?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm going to go get myself some.
How much warranty do you get on a paint job when it starts peeling?
I'm trying to figure out,
I'm not sure on Williams' lifetime warranty material.
I don't see anything about the
prep.
I mean, nothing like that at all.
They will refinance you free of charge over the next 2 years. Give them a call.
Our guarantee. Let me look at that.
$7,000, whether you are refinancing or buying, and check out their pre-approval. If you're buying, it's like a cash offer. Yes, you're already approved, not pre-qualified. Approved. All you need is the appraisal. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. Closing in 3 weeks or less.
Yeah, I don't see anything about this.
Drew Pump has everything you need to transform your yard into an outdoor paradise. Whether you plan to do it yourself.
Oh, and here's what it says too. Here, even if it does say that somewhere, it says take 100 off your project if we don't deliver on our promises. So you gotta. That's bullshit. You got a $10,000 deal. They do shit, and you basically agree to take $100. That's bullshit. Oh, here it is right here. Look. Cost from materials. Wait, common things are warranties covered. Oh, this is... Yeah, that has nothing to do... I just saw caulking and cracks, but that's after they do it. I don't know, man.
I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump's message to Congress on conditions at the southern border, reacting moments ago.
Yeah, I don't see anything on
two dead migrants, a father and young child, along the border in Texas.
They have to change the laws, and then that father, who probably was this wonderful guy with his daughter, things like that wouldn't happen because that journey across that river.
That's a horrible picture, man.
I haven't seen the picture, but I'd throw that right back at Pelosi.
Yeah, that's what he did. He literally didn't it. I mean, I think it stuck pretty good. Remember, it wasn't long ago. There was no crisis at the border compared to, the entire lefties, man. No crisis. Now it's, oh, well, okay, there's a crisis, but it's Trump's fault. Who's been trying to tell him for fucking a year there's a crisis. It's stupid.
Are you watching the debate tonight? You excited?
I'm watching it.
Come on, you're not a Democrat.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. No.
I'm hoping Pocahontas kills it. I am.
I'm the farthest thing from a Democrat you can.
I'm hoping Pocahontas kills it.
You're right next to.
And that's why I hate California. It's the only thing I hate about California. And it's what makes California terrible.
That's why I said.
And it's the reason why, even though this is I don't understand how this is a Democratic state, but so many people.
It's because of Denver. It's just Denver. Outside of Denver County, but there's no people. You look at almost any county we have here, the only one that's truly blue is Denver. But that's
what's the population of Denver?
Fucking huge.
What?
3-4 million.
Just Denver County?
It's all the people. Yeah, I'm almost positive.
Jefferson County.
It's 3.5 million. Let me look.
Jefferson County and Douglas County are pretty.
They're red, man.
Big.
Douglas is very red. Denver County.
Not your sheriff.
Population. Okay, look. Here we go. 2019.
That's not even a million.
This isn't Denver though. Has a population of 2.8.
Denver, Aurora, Bloomfield.
What is that?
So it's a metro.
Oh, Metro Denver is 3 million.
Yeah, right here. What is the population of Metro Denver?
What is Douglas?
3 million.
Douglas, Adams, and Jefferson County are what?
Let me see. Douglas County. Douglas County.
The total's
pop.
What's the total? 5, 6?
335. Arapahoe is 643.
That's $1 million.
And then everywhere else is nothing. Colorado Springs is less than half a
Jefferson
million.
County.
But Denver County.
Let me see what Jefferson is.
You got Douglas County.
Let me see Jefferson.
Douglas County.
But it's more of a purple, and we had bad candidates.
Jefferson's a half a million.
That's why they all went. I mean, they were. I mean, the guy.
No, when's the last?
Stapleton?
When's the last time it went red here?
Sponsored by Wyndham Hotels and
For what?
For president.
More than 6,000
For
hotels
president.
across the country.
Maybe
Governor?
Reagan.
No.
Governor?
And Super 8.
No. I'm talking national. I'm talking president.
Yeah.
Near you and book direct.
Governor was Owens. That wasn't long ago at all.
I don't know.
Colorado.com, a great place to get.
And here's the issue, though. Most of the population coming in is from California. So, I mean,
but
they're just getting
they're
imported.
leaving California because of most of them leave for that exact reason. You don't got people leaving California typically. Most of them are. That's why California becomes even more Democrat.
Flexadent of Colorado.com.
So
2004.
Of Colorado.com. And on my referral
Who was it?
referral list.
For Bush.
Who did Bush run against? Was that would be a second run?
Kerry. Kerry the second run.
Second run.
First run was Gore.
Oh, that's right. Bush v. Gore.
Pro Auto Care is.
So I mean, they'd say it's purple. Well, let's say Stapleton. Have you ever listened to him talk?
What was it this time, though? Let's see. Colorado.
Oh, they killed him. They won by double digits here.
Hillary did?
No,
fucking
Hillary. In business 27 years now. 303.
Here it is. Let's look here.
Auto in Littleton and in Denver.
Oh, here I got it. I just had
Pro
it.
Auto. And the website is 303.
Hillary.
So,
48, 43, 5 percentage points.
what did she win by?
5%.
Suzanne, I think somebody
That's actually
got into our refrigerator. I noticed one of your eggs missing.
less than I thought.
Obama beat by more. Here's what it is.
Did you see the product stuff for you to make a salad? I brought mustard, mayo, Miracle Whip, salt.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, Romney, if he would have been...
I know, no, he had everything, charisma, everything. That one stupid comment fucked him.
And you know, there's
that
all right.
comment,
You like it or not, there's a lot of people that might not vote for him purely because of his religion.
Yep,
so
yep.
that went against him.
I don't think
huge.
they didn't vote. I think they just didn't vote. They didn't vote for him. They didn't vote against him. They just didn't vote.
That definitely hurt him.
Yes,
No doubt about it.
Okay, where the hell?
And I'll tell you who that hurt them.
I'll
tell you who didn't vote for him more than anybody was Christians.
No, evangelists.
That's evangelistic.
Right. But that's a group of Christians.
Evangelists?
Evangelists.
Them too.
Those and the evangelists.
But he did in that debate. Don't you remember that CNN report?
Imagine if a Scientologist ran. That would be freaking crazy.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, I can recommend no one better than Frank
Catholic
Grant, the real estate.
Yeah.
Part of Rematch.
Oh wait, John Kennedy.
He swept, man.
No, he didn't sweep.
Remember what they were saying too?
John Kennedy.
Didn't they say he was going to change the whole country like into Catholics or something?
Yes, he was going to be a
puppet of the Pope.
There you go, puppet of the Pope.
A Pope puppet.
That was so close. They say Chicago, which is illegal, put him over.
Hey, I love that topic. If phones are slow tomorrow, we'll do it, or whenever. I love that topic that you sent. I don't think there's anything that I care about that much for brands. Suzanne asks, is there anything you would never buy generic brand of?
From what?
Are there any products where you would not buy a generic brand? Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Oh, man. This hour brought to you by the best of the best of the best. Well, I say that. And Trenner Law, the reason I like this guy, Mark Trenner, is because you won't get ripped off with inventions. So many people get ripped off. They go to the web and they pay big money up front to get something copyrighted or patented. Anyway, Mark Trenner, Trenner Law. You find him on the referral list at referralist.com, and he gives you personalized attention and his own cell phone, 720-221-3708. He has a free booklet, too, on copyrights and an inventor guide to trademarks as well. And he does patent searches, 720-221-3708. George is with us from, he's the owner of Fix It 24/7. They do plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Now we have a painting question on, and it's a good topic. Then I'm going to ask George the biggest challenges he runs into in his field, because we have so many complaints about businesses in general. And it all breaks down, in my opinion, to communication. This guy did not get what he thought he should get, Casey. And this is communication. You know, the website paints a picture. This is what you get. Vivax Painting has a contract, and then they have a website. Now, a lot of people look at the website, and they expect to get what's on the website, even though it's not in the contract. And I agree. I agree. But here's the bottom line. He paid to have a home prepped and primed and painted. And he never saw any stages, and he doesn't know what he's being charged for. That's a fair question. It's a fair question. What do the owners say when you ask? What do they say when you ask and express this concern? What do they say?
Are you talking to me now, Tom?
Yes, Casey. What do they say?
Well, I never said that I didn't see any evidence. I have pictures of partial priming done. A lot of the caulking was supposed to be 100% done. They did very little because the house wasn't in that bad of shape. You know, my concern, Tom...
You agreed to a contract, and unless you really have convincing evidence that you did not get it, you really have to presume they followed through, unless you... I mean, really, you can't just, at the end of this whole deal, say, hey, you know, I'm not paying you.
Yeah, they said they would send me pictures to prove that they did the prep work.
But what if they don't? Let's get right to it.
Okay, Tom, they did send me the pictures that they had from the painter. They were relying on the painter to take pictures and send it to the...
okay, so tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Do they don't hire people, do they? Are they all subs with Vivix? Are you getting the... how does it even work? I don't know.
I didn't ask if they...
They used to be on the referral list.
Tom,
and
are you going to let me talk or not?
Well, I was saying something to Mark. Don't be so frickin' rude. Maybe I won't talk to you. I was just saying that they used to be... Yeah, good. Hang up, you asshole. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here's the bottom line. They used to be on the referral list, and we didn't have a lot of complaints. And Casey, as far as talking, what's there to talk about? You're not sure you got what you paid for, period. So we're going to try to discern that, except I don't care anymore. You're looking for an excuse not to pay. Let's just call it what it is. Or you want a break, you want a discount, and you want it after the fact. 303-713-TALK. John, go ahead. What's going on, John?
Hey, Tom, how you doing today?
What's happening?
Hey, just got a question on airlining. Say like your plane is delayed due to mechanical issues. Is there any compensation for the customers?
You know what? That depends on the airlines. You know, this is a discussion that a lot of people have. What do you think, Mark? What do you think? What do you think, George? If it's weather, they don't owe you anything. But if it's a mechanical difficulty, they usually owe you what you contracted for, which is the ticket.
I don't know if "owe" is the right word, but I mean when you're choosing.
We just had this discussion last night
at dinner, right? So it really comes down to, just like any company, stuff does happen. I mean, there's stuff that breaks down. You cannot control that. Every airline has a plane breakdown, has delays, has, you know, they all have a lot of the same
But I
issues.
think they do owe you what you contracted for.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. But, I mean, there's so many that try to get out of it or won't take care of you. Just like any company in any industry, you got to be careful who you fly with because, I mean, there's companies we know for sure, as we discussed at dinner, right? Frontier will not take care of you. Right? United will not take care of you. Southwest will
they will offer you. No, with a mechanical breakdown, they will offer you something. You may not like it, a coupon or a voucher.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's airlines that most airlines overbook their flights.
John, do you have a specific you want to talk about?
Well, we were delayed almost 7 hours yesterday due to a mechanical failure. So
how many hours?
7 hours almost.
But you got your flight, right?
We finally got our flight, yeah.
Did they offer anything?
Well, at the airport, they gave you cookies and soda, and then they gave you a $10 meal ticket voucher.
Cookies and soda?
Yeah, and then after the third delay, they said, well, we'll get you guys some food vouchers for everybody there. And it was $10 a piece to go to any place in the airport to get food. So they offered that. And so it's just,
was it Frontier?
It was United.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you want? What would make you happy, and what would make you say, I like this airline? What would make... I often wonder about that. What would?
I would think, depending upon the time that you spend at the airport, I mean, for 7 hours, I think compensation of my ticket would be fair.
But your ticket price?
Yeah, just what I paid for the ticket.
How much was it?
I don't know. We booked it all through Travelocity. So
are you saying then it doesn't have any value, basically?
Well, it does. I mean, whatever the flight is.
No. I'm saying your flight, even though late, had no value.
Yeah, it had a value from San Diego to Denver, whatever that value
No, I
is.
know that, John. I know what you're saying. You want the price of that ticket. If they gave you the price of the ticket, you are saying the flight had no value to you.
Yes.
So that's how you feel. Because it was such a delay, you really did not get value.
Yes.
I'm not sure I could go with that. I don't know. What do you think, Mark?
I mean...
What do you think?
I think somewhere in that ticket when you purchase it, you're basically, that's it. It doesn't matter what.
But how would you feel? Would you feel they owe you the price of a ticket after 7 hours?
How would I feel?
I would feel like they owe me a voucher of some kind, not probably the whole price. I don't know. What do you think, George?
Yeah, I mean, there's airlines that would actually do that, and that's, you know, buyer beware, right? If you knew in traveling different airlines and you had a couple different options, which one would take care of you if there's a problem? Again, they all have problems, but who's going to take care of you the best? They don't have to do anything. They have to get you to that place, right? I mean, and some airlines don't even do that.
There are all kinds of disclaimers. But what they didn't really offer you anything, that's unacceptable to me. I think a voucher of some kind. I mean, it's a good discussion. There is no right or wrong, John.
Okay.
I mean, why don't you ask? Maybe they'll wait for the squeaky wheel.
Yeah, I'll ask my wife to do it because I get a little upset. But, you know, but airlines nickel and dime you to death.
They do. Except Southwest.
I have given this a lot of thought. Now, let's take Southwest, for example. That's a great one. Anybody out there right now can go to Southwest and price it from Denver to Las Vegas. That's a route they do. Frontier does the same route. No matter how you look at it, Frontier is going to be way cheaper, even if you got to add baggage, even if you got to do other stuff. They just are. Now, Frontier is the most uncomfortable, crappy airline in the world, but if you want a $40 ticket to get to Vegas, they offer it.
But you may or may not get it. They cancel a lot of flights.
A lot of flights. So your risk of getting there and getting back, Frontier is the only airline, and I travel a lot, that I've ever lost a bag on. They lost my bag, and I never got it back.
That sucks.
I got nothing for it. Yeah.
So, again, good discussion, John. Maybe people will call in with their opinions. Joe has a problem with a new windshield. That's a weird one. People ask, do different kinds of glass have different qualities? We'll talk about that and more coming up.
This report is sponsored by Wyndham Hotels and Resorts.
There's a couple of trouble spots on the highway drive. Got a crash in the tech center, northbound I-20.
No. They have to. I think that's the...
I tried. Brand new clothes and everything.
This is the left lane back.
No, there's a minimum they got.
That's in the airline Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know when
I mean,
that actually came.
you know,
How long ago was that?
And I guess I mean, after pursuing Frontier, I could have went further. I didn't, you know, just bother any further. But never got that thing back. Straight up stolen.
I've never on any airline lost a bag. I've been pretty lucky.
I think one time.
Hey Tom, well, I am gonna do a special. Trade in your old furnace air conditioner for $1,000, and just ongoing for now until I tell you different.
Is closer than you think.
Okay.
Find one near you and book direct at WyndhamHotels.com.
I want to make a commercial doing that too.
K&H Home Solutions is a place that will get you windows and siding and doors, and you get 30% off this month. 30% off. You just have to make the appointment. It doesn't have to be done this month. But here's the best part. You get an extra 10% off entry doors if you mention Martino. So that's a total of 40% for entry doors, or 30% for the other part of your project. And K&H has already low prices. Call them for details. They have financing available, 303-421-7100. Now, you can make your own in-home appointment by simply going to khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
Running out of money is the #1 fear for retirees.
If you trip in front of Popeyes and break your nose, end up in the ER, is that a Marco Bentinelli or a Fuller call?
If you're a Popeyes chicken?
Yeah. And you fall on their sidewalk walking in the door
If
and
it was
break your nose.
KFC, I would say Fuller. But because it's churches, I'd say Marco.
But it's Popeyes, so is that you?
Oh, shit. Popeyes would be Frank Azar.
No, but really, who do I try to reach out to for that call?
John's not going to want that.
Centeno Schultz for pain, for injuries, for torn ligaments. And here's the deal. They're known for living stem cell therapy, but they're MDs, they're full-fledged doctors, and can do other procedures as well, as they often do. So let's just put it this way. They battle pain and misery, and they do so with living stem cell treatments and other things like PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma, and also other non-surgical remedies. And of course, if you need surgery, they will refer that to. They are the StemCellExperts.com, but they know when to use them, when not to use them, and they are value priced. So that means they won't stick you with the most expensive procedure first. They try to do minimal procedures for the maximum results. Centeno Schultz, the StemCellExperts.com, 303-963-9201.
Garage door making weird noises.
So here
You remember that feeling? You remember that sick feeling I used to get a long time ago, and it happened every now and then? And then it went away for a long time. Today it just started.
So what's different?
I don't know.
Have you talked about the RV yet?
No, I'm not worried about it. It might be there till we get back.
I don't know, Mark.
What?
No, just something. I used to think it was something in the studio I was allergic to or something.
I always thought it was your vitamins.
$3,400
How,
per bag. 30 days is considered.
How do you not worry about saying asshole on the air?
What?
It's technically on the line.
You can claim
because
up
it's an
north,
artist.
so you're going to have to tell
But
them what you
ass I
got.
could say, and
Right.
a-hole I could say.
That
That probably
At this point,
is not finable, but it could be probably.
There's a statute of limitations of 12.
I should
on our way to Vegas.
We didn't grab it, did we?
God, you're so cheap to Vegas.
I don't know if
you
you dumped it or not.
I think they paid a minimum.
I don't know.
A few hundred.
Now, if you look at other places like Florida, Southwest is a better way to go. If you have baggage, it's definitely the better way. It just all depends. I don't think I can fly Frontier all the way to Florida. I can handle it for an hour and a half to Vegas.
It's terrible. I flew
Oh my,
Florida.
it's worse than a bus, man.
Get what you pay for.
Frontier, it is. I think they go out of their way to make it uncomfortable.
I agree.
Honestly,
I agree.
it's like a metal seat.
Yep.
Their tray is the size of my phone.
And it's crazy. They used to be a good. I used to love them.
They sold it to an investment company.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, this investment company took all that out and changed the plane. And why would you pay to do that? Why would you pay to do that?
They did streamline
That
shit.
that was another revenue source.
I'll tell you the worst though, worse than Frontier.
Hi, Tom Martino. ApprovalReverse.com for reverse loans. They're the only ones I trust with that product. ApprovalReverse.com. 303-771-3528. It's a valuable tool for people who are elderly and have equity. But it's not for everyone. 303-771-3528. Okay, now, who's next? Oh, Joe, I think. Joe, go ahead. What's happening?
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Tom.
What's going on?
I explained to the person responding, I had a windshield installed from a business in Colorado Springs that advertises free Texas Roadhouse dinner for two with insurance installation. On May 11th, I had the windshield installed, and following multiple phone calls to the business requesting the certificate for the dinner.
Where'd they advertise it?
Pardon me?
Where did they advertise it?
They have an ongoing ad in the one that I saw was in a free weekly publication called Thrifty Nickel.
Okay, are they refusing to honor it?
Well, every time I call, they have an excuse that, the person was sick. They sent it, it was returned, I'll remail it.
What a stupid thing to do, to piss somebody off for a lousy meal at Texas Roadhouse.
Right, I'm just totally frustrated.
I don't blame you.
3 or 4 different phone numbers. They have 3 or 4 different email addresses, but every time I call, they suggest call Tiffany for details.
What's the name of the company again?
They have 3 different names. The one on their invoice.
The one that you did business with.
The one with the free dinner.
The invoice name is A New Windshield. On their business card, they have Mr. and Mrs. Window at AOL.com. Then they have A New Windshields.com. So
I'm just trying to find it on Thrifty Nickel. What's the name of the company that says you get the free dinner?
On that ad, it's www.abrokenwindshield.com.
So to clarify, I've done a little research. On their business card, it says A New Windshield, but their business card's website is A Broken Windshield.
It doesn't matter. I mean, they're promising this thing. I mean, they should do it. I mean, what the hell aren't they doing it for?
I'll call them, Tom.
So hold on.
They should definitely do it. This is crazy.
I know.
I don't know why this one bothers me more than a lot.
Well, because it's stupid.
Yeah, it's idiotic.
Yeah,
why you're going to give him a certificate? Give it.
I mean, it's a dinner, for goodness sakes. And I mean, even if somebody's sick or not there, give them $20 or $30 out of your register. I mean, I just don't understand why businesses are so stupid. We used to have something in addition to the Sleaze Brigade, because this doesn't rise to being sleazy. It was sleazebrigade.com. Then we had something I used to call the Bonehead Battalion. Isn't that? Yeah. And I used to play this dumb music and say, this is the stupid company who did this. And these guys are the boneheads. They really are. So, Joe, who's going to call on this? Suzanne? We'll call on it for sure. 303-713-TALK.
Tom,
yes.
They hung up on me.
Oh. How stupid are they?
Were you nice?
How stupid. Let's try it. They just hung up.
What did you say?
In the middle of me explaining, I said, you're not on the air. I said, but we have this gentleman who took advantage of your ad for the Texas Roadhouse. Okay. And she hung up on me.
What's their number? Let's, okay, okay. What's the name? How did they answer?
Broken Windshield.
Okay, Broken Windshield. Listen, folks.
God, they're idiots.
You know what I say? These companies that just hang up, they don't owe us an explanation, but just to hang up and not even know, that's bull. Okay? We need to let people know about this company.
A broken windshield.
A broken windshield. You need to let them know that you heard them on the air, and it's unacceptable. They should not advertise something they can't follow through.
And it's over $30.
Give the number out, Mark. It's right there.
I don't see it. Hold on.
Oh, 719-390. Do you have it? 7091.
Yes, 719-390-7091. Be nice. I mean, don't call them any really bad names. Don't threaten them by any means.
Just tell them, here's what I would do. I'm going to spread the word. How stupid can you be to deny a promotion like this and then to hang up when you could have come on the air and you could have you could have really shined. You could have said, you know what, you're right, we didn't follow
Fell through the cracks, we're sorry.
We'll help you, and anyone else who wants a windshield, simply call us and you'll get a dinner.
But no, they got to be morons, in my opinion.
Total morons. So they belong on the Bonehead Battalion, and they're called a broken windshield, however you want to...
Broken business.
Broken windshield, broken jerks. 719-390-7091. Now, listen, I really mean this. I don't like people being rude when they call. If I were you, I would just say, listen, we heard about you on the radio, and we're wondering what is your justification for just such a small thing, gambling your business name like this? Why not just come through or at least give an explanation or an apology? Just ask them, 719-390-7091. I, honest to God, feel that when you do this, you do a public service. Now, I'm not asking you to go,
ask, where's Joe's dinners?
Yeah, where's Joe? Or just say, listen, yes, you can say that. Or I heard about you on the air on the Tom Martino Show, and tell them they can call us back at 303-MARTINO.
And I'm going to go one step further. If these guys don't make it right, I'm going to buy this guy a gift certificate.
That would be good.
These guys are jerks.
Maybe, okay, so listen. It's terrible. It's terrible. Okay. Penny, what's happening? But let me give that number out again. Broken windshield, 719-390-7091. I would like someone to tell me what kind of response they got when they call, and politely tell them you heard about them on the radio. Why aren't they coming through? 719-390-7091.
Yeah, the other thing is, tell them down there, we're on 3 stations down there. We've got 1240, we've got 105.5, then in Pueblo, we're on whatever the other one is.
Yeah. Penny, what's happening?
Hi, Mr. Tom. Yesterday evening, I had a very bad fall outside the restaurant.
Oh.
And was just at the pavement for the sidewalk to enter the door.
But was there anything wrong with the pavement, or did you just fall?
It's sticking out like about half to 1 inch over the regular pavement. So my shoe cut there, and I fell right on my face and my side.
Okay, this is called premises liability. And there's a real problem with premises liability. And what I mean by that is a real problem for consumers, or what we call plaintiffs, people who want to sue or want damages. I'm not saying you want to sue, but what I'm saying is that you have to prove first that a dangerous condition exists. Second, that they knew about it, they knew that it could cause damage, and they refused or ignored it, refused to do something or ignored it. Then you have to prove that it was directly responsible for your injuries. It's a big, big burden of proof. And let me put it another way. Most attorneys won't touch them because of that. But how much damage did you get?
Oh, my nose is broken, and my forehead, I'm messed up on the face, and my knee, and my whole body now hurts. But the manager admitted yesterday that a few people had happened to them the same thing over there.
Okay, that's something right there. That is something right there that they said that it happened before. Hold on, we'll come right back.
Thank you.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky Mornings.
I'm afraid I'm going to heave when I'm talking because it's just not feeling good. I don't even have to go. I just can't talk. Can you do spots, tape? I don't feel good. Just my stomach. It just.
What did that say?
About, what did I just say, a half hour ago?
Not even.
If I just relax, he'll tell you, this used to happen in the studio. I thought it was the studio. It used to happen every
Who'd you just finish up on? Are they done? Or the lady that fell?
I just signed out of this.
The lady that fell is who we were assuming.
I just
Mark, do you still want to do Frank Duran live?
I'll do Duran.
Okay. That's not until the next break.
I just got a lot.
Is he coming on?
No, he wasn't available today.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Who else was coming up?
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I just want to run to the restroom.
for sure.
You don't want to mess with the IRS. They have the power to
So we're doing a special.
George, I'm not leaving. I'll talk to you after the show.
Okay.
I just can't do it.
We'll talk about it.
That's a trade in your old system. Trade in your old system for $1,000, but now I'm going to throw in a dinner at Texas Roadhouse.
Hey, that happened to me too, Mark. Did you buy me dinner?
No.
Same thing exactly happened.
No, I'll say that. I'll be like, and if I don't give it to you, Mark will. That'd be funny.
He'll give you that and a drink. Order a drink with your meal.
Where'd he leave off, though? Lady that fell?
Yeah.
The lady that fell.
Did we have an attorney for the lady that fell or no?
I thought you were
He said, she said, well, they admitted that it's happened before, so that means they did know.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest part to prove is that they know.
Yeah,
He said, oh, you might have something. We'll be back.
That's oral though. That's the only thing that he said. There's nothing. He'll never say that again.
It's true. Try to get that. If you could, yeah. But if there's been somebody else that's filed a claim against them.
But she broke her nose? Hey, see if we can get a picture of her.
At Farmers Insurance, we know the sound.
People love pictures.
Hot air balloon landing. And a less than perfect one. See, covered it. Talk to Farmers. We are Farmers.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance.
I don't even know where we left off with her.
I
wasn't paying attention.
So
at all.
So she told him that
What restaurant was it? Where was it?
Popeyes, I think.
Popeyes chicken.
They said this has happened before, and he goes, oh, well then you might have something. Hold on.
2 other
that
times.
Was it.
I got you.
Man,
But it's not icy. What is it? A step? Did she
like
say?
A little up thing on the. She caught her heel on like a little.
Like a settling in concrete. It sounds like.
Exactly.
Damn, she got some damage too. What's the matter with her? Her face is all messed up.
Her face.
Is your face is my case.
You should say that. Say that too.
Damn, I can actually use that for real.
Tell her, don't use the bomb.
No matter what you do, don't put any bomb on there.
It's a Seinfeld, George.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I love about Art of Granite? You can get price quotes on the phone. All you have to do is have some measurements and a photo. Give them a call, 303-386-5919. Art of Granite supplies premier designer countertops and cabinets. A direct importer of stone, granite, and quartz and other natural...
Booker debate prep includes push-ups.
Does it say that?
Yeah.
Custom edges, sinks, cabinets.
He's not doing well.
The work they do.
Who?
He's like a 1% is what he's...
Oh, Booker? That after, I bet Monday, the whole thing looks different. I can't imagine Sleepy Joe does any good.
I agree.
I think Pocahontas might do very good.
He makes so many gaffes.
You know she's 100% American Indian, right?
Was that the worst thing she could ever have done? Is went and had it done and then put it out there that she was less than 1% Indian. Who would have told her?
Wasn't it the Sioux tribe that went crazy over it?
And then she bragged about it. See, I am part Indian.
I'll do Icon 2 next break. Suzanne, just put the phone number from the referral list up for Icon. I like that guy from yesterday. Put his name up too.
George, I used to say of California, I says, I love the state, it's a beautiful state, problems full of Californians.
Yeah.
But actually, I live in Bakersfield and Sacramento. Bakersfield had great people.
Yeah, Sacramento's where a lot of the problem is.
I liked it.
But it's so bad, man. Just how they overregulate.
What about the traffic? Don't you fight the traffic still all the time there?
It depends on who you are and where you go, and
so you don't
where you live and where your destinations are. I mean, if you're dumb enough to
work
sit in
away
that,
from that,
there are people that sit in crazy traffic, but they choose to do that. I don't.
So you can plan your flights and everything, so you don't have to.
Yeah, I just fly out of Orange County. I hate LAX, so if I can avoid LAX,
IdealHomeLoans.com for your next
usually
ideal
do.
home loan. 303-867-7000.
Even a layover for the most part is better than going to LAX.
Afternoons 4 to 6.
You said you drive from Long Beach to
Something
work.
that's a big problem for a lot of people.
From where?
That is student loan debt. Bernie Sanders wants to wipe it out. Is
You really had a plan.
Do you think no fix is necessary? Does the
That was in Ventura for a while,
need to
too,
come up
but
with
that
its
wasn't
own
too bad.
solution to be able to compete?
Yeah, I live in South Orange County. So I don't go to that area. Unless I'm going to, Staples Center or LA.
All right, 303-713-8255. Let's get back to Penny. We don't have much time. We do have a couple lines open. Once again, 303-713-8255. So, Penny, you were coming out of Popeye's Fried Chicken, and you fell.
I was going in.
You were going in. All right, you fell. What happened, though? Your nose got broke. What else?
My nose is broken. My face messed up. It's bruised. And my left knee is all swollen up. And my doctor just said it has leaked.
Did you end up going to the ER, or did you just go to your doctor?
Yes, sir. Last night I went to the emergency room, and this morning I just came out of my doctor's office.
And who said that this happened before? It was an employee of Popeyes?
Yeah, the manager admitted to my daughter that many people have happened to them the same thing.
That they've tripped there, but not necessarily got hurt as much, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. We're trying to get an expert on. His name is Marco Bendinelli. I do want to get him on and talk to him. The problem is I think he's in court right now. We're going to grab all your information. We're going to bring you back up tomorrow, and we're going to talk to an attorney, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, hold tight, Penny. 303-713-8255. Suzanne, we've got to get her back up tomorrow. That's horrible. All right, Rob. Rob, you say that you've used a website called airhelp.com.
Yes.
What do they do?
We were in Paris waiting for a plane, and we were delayed 6 hours and lost our connections in Toronto to Denver. And this company, you take a picture of your boarding pass and your ID, and they file the claim. They know what every small print word is for all the airlines. They got us $1,200. They took $200, so we got $1,400 minus $200.
You know what, Dan? They sound like public adjusters, but for airplanes. I mean, that's crazier for air travel. So, Rob, that's cool, man. And you used them, and it worked out. Airhelp.com.
Yep.
Very good advice. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. 303-713-8255. Hey, please, please, especially if you're in Colorado Springs on one of the 3 stations we're on down there. This company, A Broken Windshield, promised this older guy, and I'm assuming he's older, he sounded old, dinner. Where was it? Not Claim Jumper. What's it called?
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. And they won't even give him the coupon after he had it done. I mean, I find this egregious, outrageous, preposterous even. Please. And I'm being serious. Give him a call and ask him why this guy can't get their dinner. 719-390-7091. 719-390-7091. We called over there just to ask, thinking it was just a mix-up.
Exactly, Mark.
And what'd they do?
She just hung up on me in the middle of talking.
How rude. I really can't believe it. In all seriousness, the fact, George, you're in business, the fact you would offer something like a free dinner if you get something done and then not deliver on it seems like the most moronic, idiotic thing.
It's crazy.
I can imagine.
I mean, you should always do what you say you're going to do, but look how many people are hearing right now about how bad this business is, and then they have a chance to redeem themselves, and they hang up.
They could have come on and simply said,
wow.
Oh, whoops, it slipped through the cracks. We're going to get it to him right now. In fact, we're going to get him an extra one or something. But no. A Broken Windshield. 719-390-7091. If you get through, I'd love to hear from you. Jay, what's going on with you?
Oh, just wanted to call and ask some advice since Tom's been in places. Let's go from there. Anyway, I've got some carpet I'm having installed in one of the big box places, and you get a free installation if you buy X number of feet or number of dollars.
Yeah.
What's happened is they've screwed up the installation twice. They first didn't have most of the carpet. The second time they did an installer, did a crappy job, punched a hole through one of my walls with a knee kicker. I'm sure it happens once in a while, but I'm finding staples under it. They're going to do the stairs again. The problem is this started back in April. At what point do I pull the nuclear option out and get another contract to do the installation and then send Lowe's the bill?
Did you already pay them? I mean, are you holding the cards?
Paid for it. You have to pay for it up front. You can't get the stuff done.
Yeah, then I would suggest you let them at least have one more attempt to do it.
Well, the problem is their communication is so poor. It's not because
What's the name of the company? Who is it?
The big box store.
Which one? Home Depot, Lowe's? Who are we talking about?
Lowe's. It's Lowe's, but they're using an independent subcontractor.
Yeah, they do, but they're on their approved list or whatever, right? So have you talked to Lowe's about it? What does Lowe's say?
They never answer the phone. So I'm working with Lowe's directly.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell them, I'm not going to yell and scream at you, but at some point, I told them this: I will get another contractor to install the car, and then you guys to pay for it, because at this point, I'm working on 3 months. I'm trying to sell my house. And then I said, if it goes too much farther, and I lose.
You're going in and out too much. Listen, Jay, here's the deal, man. If they can get in there and fix it, since you're selling it, I would suggest you get that done. You're saying at what point do you pull the nuclear option? The problem is you really don't have one, because then what are you going to do, hire an attorney to sue them? I guess you could take them to small claims court, but I don't think this sub of Lowe's is going to pay up. When you do talk to Lowe's, why don't you paid Lowe's directly, right?
That's correct.
Why don't you tell them to send a different contractor out? If you give them that option, what do they say?
Well, it's hard because we can't communicate because they never answer the phone.
Hey, go to the store and
what do you mean Lowe's doesn't answer the phone?
They don't answer the phone. I push the button.
Go to the store.
And the flooring department phone rings and rings and rings.
Yeah, George has a good point. Drive down to the store.
I've done contracting with.
That's the only. The only way I get anything done is I drive down and I show up in person and say, "Hey, how's it going?"
And what do they say?
They look at me with like deer in the headlights. There's 1 or 2 people that have actually listened to me and have been very rational.
What Lowe's store is it, man?
The Lowe's store is in Silverthorne.
Get to the store manager. That's it, and they'll take care of it.
Yeah, I know we do.
They do, but they don't have enough people there because...
No, Jay, here's what we're going to do. Hold on. Suzanne's going to grab your info. We have what we refer to as an angel with Lowe's. We'll get through to the right people. She's going to get your address. She's going to get whatever we need. Hold it tight. 303-713-8255. George, give me a special that's mind-blowing to people.
Hey, right now, for listeners on this show, we'll give you $1,000 to trade in your old furnace and air conditioners, kind of like the cash for clunkers.
What do you guys do this time of year when it's not hot yet? Honestly, do you twiddle your thumbs? I mean, I know you do.
So my competitors are pretty slow, I keep hearing, but we're very busy, man.
What do you do, though?
Our reputation.
What's your average call right now?
I mean, so when there's there's some demand right now, but right now we're preventing systems from breaking down. So
the $39 tune-up.
No. The $39 is a special. We do that one time, and that's just to show people what we do. So it's not $39. Either you're a member, or it's $189. We do the $39 special, which we're not doing right now because we're so busy.
Got it.
But right now, one thing we will do, if you want your system replaced, if your system is old or inefficient, we'll trade in your old system for $1,000. We'll give you $1,000 for your old system.
So you get $1,000.
Yep.
And then you get whatever price it is.
Hey, you know what? And for anybody listening right now, we'll also throw in a free dinner at Texas Roadhouse.
Now you're not going to pull an broken windshield or a broken windshield deal, right? You're going to actually give them the certificate.
If I do, you'll give it to them, right, Mark?
Yeah, I'll make sure to do that. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
This report is sponsored by Wyndham Hotels and Resorts.
Progress is being made on that crash in the Tech Center. Northbound I-25 approaching hand and the 2 left lanes.
What I liked about your special with the Texas Roadhouse, there was no limit of what you could order.
We'll deal with that.
We're going to upgrade yours.
We'll deal with that when they call.
Can you get pie with that? With that dinner?
I'll just give him a gift card if anybody actually claims it. We'll see.
That's funny.
Right now, mostly cloudy skies in the Mile High City, and it's 82.
Tom started getting sick after you called it.
I don't think I've ever heard him. Hey, did you cut out asshole? I knew he did. I knew that wasn't flying.
Oh, they cut it out?
He had to. That's his ass.
WyndhamHotels.com.
Frank Duran, the real estate man. I can't talk more. happily about a person out there. He's the nicest guy you ever meet. But let me say something. Beyond how we always talk about how nice he is, here's what Frank does that's absolutely amazing. Ready? He'll sell your house for more money than any other realtor, and I can say that, and I can say it honestly. He did it to me. He literally made me more than I thought I'd ever get for that house, and then he saved me almost $100,000, and I kid you not, on the house that I bought using Frank Duran, the real estate man. In fact, if you haven't seen what your house is worth lately, I suggest you call Frank Duran, the real estate man. No contract, nothing, and even if you did get into a contract with him, he'd let you out with a, zero penalty. That's it, zero. But here's the deal. He will tell you right now the value of your house, how much it is worth, at absolutely no charge anything, even if you don't want to sell it. At least you can understand how much equity's in there, understand how much your house has probably grown like everybody else's. You ready for his number? 303-920-1622, 303-920-1622, Frank Duran, the real estate man.
Here, the outdoors are calling. Stevenson Chevrolet has the award-winning family-friendly crossover for you, starting as low as $19,500 or over 20% off. Trax, Equinox, the 8-passenger Traverse, or the all-new Blazer.
George, I'm going to bring up you live in California. Is that all right?
Crossover for everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Located at I-70 in West Colfax and Lakewood, or online at
Where do you live there?
Orange County. I'm from here. But
yeah, I know that.
35099. Discounts off MSRP. Dealer retains all rebates. Expires July 1st, 2019.
I joke with Tom all the time. Icon Eye Care replaced his lenses, but Tom is kind of like the bionic man in a lot of ways, and here's what I mean by that. His ears has been done, his head's been done, his hair's been done, his eyes have now been done with Icon Eye Care. He got clear lenses. If you have cataracts out there, for a small price on the upgrade from what either Medicaid or your insurance will pay, you can actually get clear lenses. These things, you'll never need glasses again. You can see far away, you can see close up. It's great. And then when it comes to LASIK, not only do they have the best price out there on LASIK, and they have places up and down the Front Range from basically Castle Rock all the way north. But here's what's cool about them. If you mention the Denver Broncos, you'll get an extra amount off their already super low price on LASIK. You got to check them out. Icon Eye Care. Their phone number is so easy, but don't go anywhere else. These guys are the real McCoy. 866-GOT-ICON. 866-GOT-ICON.
11 pounds using that product. 111 pounds. You could not believe the difference. I went from a 48 pant to a 33 pant, and I've maintained that now for...
Did he just say he was an 88 pant? Is there such thing as a waist that's 88?
I don't think he said that. 88.
Oh, yeah, there has to be, though. I mean, 88? There's some big people.
88?
They can't even walk.
But they don't even have pants.
How big was that ass I had you measure? That lady's ass. What was it? Like 50?
I suppose. I don't know. I can't remember.
And all you did was do one. If you wrapped it around her, she might have been 88.
No,
I was shocked when you asked for her number.
She had a nice house.
Had a really nice walk-in tub, didn't she?
If you have hail damage, Excel Roofing should be the first call you make, even before your insurance company. Excel will tell you if there's damage, so you can be armed with accurate information to file your claim.
George, do you still have the place in Texas?
No, just sold it.
You sold that?
Yeah.
So California in here?
Just here.
Oh, okay. You gotta move here.
California, right?
What?
You gotta move here.
Dude, I want to. My daughter's going into college. Next daughter's going into high school.
High school's a good time to move.
Yeah, I know, but
It's
so
not
the
happening.
next two or so, my middle daughter is so involved with our church and youth groups there, and she's been to Rwanda with them twice, and then my son is on the club hockey team there that is really developing, fast, so it's not the right time. As bad as I want to, as much as it costs me to stay there.
Is hockey, you think, better there than it is here?
It's pretty specialized there now. It's getting big, yeah.
All right, listen, if Tom asks, I did not talk politics whatsoever, but I've got to ask George. George, you actually live in California, right?
I do.
I saw pictures the other day. I've seen pictures.
that are amazing when it comes to the homeless population out there. What the hell's going on? They're saying San Francisco's a hellhole. I mean, is it, or are these, or is the news blowing it up? Is it more fake news, or is it a real deal?
So I live in Southern California, but you know, last time I was in Northern California, and this was 3-4 years ago, it was pretty crazy. So I can't even imagine. I mean, it was crazy then. So I absolutely believe it. I mean, the economy with the house prices in San Francisco are unbelievable.
That's gotta hurt it too, though. I mean, if you just bought a house here in the last year, here's my understanding: it doesn't matter where you're at. They basically don't tell the homeless to move. There's feces everywhere. There's disease everywhere. Even some of the police are getting sick, and I guess they're not allowed to tell people to leave.
Yeah, Seattle's the same way.
Oh my goodness.
Same thing.
What do you do to fix something like that?
I don't.
I have no idea once it gets that bad. Why don't they simply just, I don't know. Denver, when I had a shop over on Peoria, we had homeless everywhere. It was basically in the Montbello area. There was a lot of homeless. The railroad tracks are down there. There's a lot of stuff going on. And I came to work one day to open the store up, and this is years ago. They were all gone. They bust them somewhere. I have no idea who paid for it, how they got out of there, but they were gone for probably, man, I don't know, maybe even 4 or 5 months, and then they start coming back. I just don't know what to do.
I think there should be some sort of program. I mean, they come up with programs with taxpayer dollars that are for for dumb causes, right? I mean, this is a pretty...
Like what? What do you think's a dumb cause?
A bigger cause. You know, a dumb cause, in my opinion, is I mean, they overregulate all kinds of stuff in business industries.
Yeah.
Right. So they spend their time having their hands in everything and trying to regulate. You know, in California, they regulate gas. Right. Our gas prices are way higher because you have to have a special gas just for California. Our industry, the heating and air conditioning industry, now they just passed something that in October in California, for contractors there, will cost them $900 more per furnace, which means
why though?
Has to be
is it efficiency?
No, it's a low NOx gas. So I mean, they say it's efficiency. They have a thing called HERS testing there now, where you have to have a third party inspect the energy loss in the duct system. But it doesn't. I mean, it has to be a third party, but the third party actually there's loopholes in it. So there's more money. At the end, it just costs the consumer more money. The government has people that get paid, right?
Yeah.
So they get paid.
Of course.
But it doesn't actually cause more efficiency for the home.
How about here in Colorado? I heard Denver, on HVAC, they're more stringent than anybody. Is that true or not true?
Denver County?
Yeah, as far as permitting. No, I mean, actually, I think I was thinking more the city, but yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, actually, the Denver city, compared to other municipalities in Colorado here, are way tougher.
So a guy buying a furnace in Highlands Ranch might actually pay, what, $500 less than if it was in Denver?
Yeah.
Is it simply the permit fees?
Both. I mean, so Denver actually does have some requirements depending on what the job is, that are higher, and you have to do more, so you have to meet those code requirements. It costs more. But most of the places, I mean, it depends on the city. Some cities will charge $600-700 for the permit.
I want to pick your brain on something else. We have a lot of business owners that listen. When did you start Fix-It here? You bought Fix-It here, actually, right?
Yeah, 2 years ago this month.
So you bought it 2 years, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, but you grew it by what, tenfold?
I grew 1,000% last year. It'll grow another 400%.
What's the secret sauce, man? For a guy out there listening, I don't care if he's a roofer or what. What's the secret sauce?
Be different. Actually take care of worry about taking... See, a lot of people worry about now. What money can I get now? We don't worry about that. We worry about taking care of the client, taking care of the issue now. Yeah, we want the client forever. So, and with homes, you're going to have issues, right? It's just going to happen. And when those issues happen, we want to be the ones who take care of them. But if we prolong the life of their system and we truly take care of that client, they're not going to go anywhere. So when they see what we actually do, and they've had other contractors in their home, it is so vastly different from anyone else.
We had a call.
Stay with us.
We had a call on you one time. I think it was during the winter for sure, but you guys went there. I think you did the tune-up, or you did something there, maybe even sold her a furnace. I don't remember what you did. But she called up and said your guy would what made you guys stick, what made Fix-It stick in her brain, was the fact the guy shoveled her walk.
He did that day, yeah.
Which is pretty strange. I mean, a lot of times you're not going to hear anything like that. I feel like I'm doing an infomercial for you, but that's pretty cool, man. I've never had a service guy at my house that did something outside of what they were paid to do.
Right. It's all about just taking care of the client. So if we see something we could help the client out with, I mean, you can't shovel walks today, right?
How do you deal with...
If you see something, he'll take care of it.
Yeah, well, of course. Actually, you could easily shovel walks now. It would only take a half a second. But, you know, how do you handle this? Because the biggest complaint coming into referral list on any of our HVAC members is pricing. That's it. It's always the #1 thing. It's never service. How do you go up against the guy that calls you after he said, okay, go ahead and replace that toilet for me, or go ahead and do this? Then he walks through Home Depot and notices that whatever he just had done from you, he could have bought at Home Depot for, you know, whatever amount of money, a lot less. That's my #1 complaint.
Not true. The Home Depot actually would have charged you more because they use it, they sub it out, and guess what? I'm one of the Home Depot contractors.
Oh.
So I mean, if you went to Home Depot and wanted somebody to come out, it might be me, depending on which store you're at.
What do you think of Sam's Club and Costco? Like Costco, when you leave there, they bombard you with everything from water heaters to windows to siding to everything. Is that something you've ever done?
I have, and that will not be the lowest price guy, that's for sure. And so, but in the consumer's mind, Mark, it's really about you get what you pay for. We just talked about airlines, right?
Yeah.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, like,
so can you find someone less? There's not many less than us, actually, in price. But what you get is so...
You get a lot more.
So much different that we don't get that. We don't get pricing complaints very often. No, it's so rare. And if we do, it's a misunderstanding. It's
all right,
so rare.
Listen, $1,000 off right now. FixMyHome.com. It's very simple to say, hey, we've got a lot going on tomorrow. Don't forget about this, a broken windshield. Please ask them where the gift certificate is. 719-390-7091. We'll update you tomorrow morning on what's going on with that.
Call Fix-It 24/7 now.
So funny. I want to call. I wonder how many people are calling that company.
Those guys.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh, they get quite a few.
Oh,
you have
dude,
no
that's
idea.
so funny.
Usually they cave in fairly quick.
That cracks me up.
In fact, we had one yesterday where they called and said what you're doing is illegal.